Welcome in, everyone. How are we all doing today? I know. The last time I streamed, I was like, we're gonna play all of Love Island Season 6 Double Trouble in a week. And then I didn't. Because I got some news that really upset me, and I was like, you know what, I need a break. But we're not gonna continue Love Island. We're gonna play it again sometime this week. Because I got shit to do this week at my house. So, what better time to play that game than, not here when we can play other games? Like, Ace Attorney Investigations. I actually have this game on the DS, but I never, like, touched it. I know, I'm a fan of Phoenix Wright himself. That's just me. Experience the opening chapters of both Ace Attorney Investigation games. You can transfer your save data to the full game. Note, you cannot obtain any accolades in this demo. Ooh, what are accolades? Health warning. This game and its collection are presented with, okay, minimal changes. Got it. This game supports an autosave feature. Please do not turn the console off. Console off when the icon above is on screen. Okay. Wow. Already getting into it. Click the button below to view your, you know what, I'm okay. I'm okay with that. Thank you. Are you guys excited? I'm excited. I love the Phoenix Wright series. I know it's the Ace Attorney series, but it's Phoenix Wright to me. I played all the Phoenix Wright games. I've played Apollo. Does Apollo have two games or just one game? I feel like he has two games, and I feel like I played both. Like I said, I have the first Ace Attorney Investigations game. I haven't touched it. It's on my DS. I don't know where my 3DS is, so there's a lot of games I've been wanting to play that I can't play because I've misplaced my 3DS. And that's gonna be a while before I just find it, so here we are with the demo. I don't know if I'm gonna get this game, the full game, when it comes out. I think it comes out on the 8th of September, not August. How have you guys been doing? I'm so happy to be back, even though I'm super anxious. But yeah, we are gonna continue Love Island. Maybe tomorrow, sometime this week. I want to do at least 2 Love Island streams this week, and they're gonna be like a full, like 3 or 4 hour streams. Cause like I don't know, I want to get through it, but that's just what I do. But yes, full version. Hold on, let me see. Who's making this purchase? Me. Let's look at the full version real quick. If we have enough time, we're gonna play Pokemon today as well. Yeah, okay, it comes out on the 6th. I was wrong. Well, it's estimated release date, so I don't know why it's estimated, but go off. Go off. Okay. Back. Yeah. It's $40 options. Ooh, what are the options? Do I need the options? What am I doing? Art style. Oh, yeah, because this is updated. That's cool, actually. Readers and accolades are not obtainable if you enable story mode. Autoplay. What is this? Automatically progresses to the dialogue when enabled. Story mode automatically progresses through the game when enabled, including answering questions and presenting evidence. Interesting. Okay. Let's get to it. New game. Play with HD chibi character sprites. Change styles at any time with the title screen's option menu. He looks so cute. He looks so cute like this. You're gonna go with the HD style. Episode 1, Turnabout Visitor. Start from this episode? Yes. I would like to start from this episode. So I think it's so I can play both games. Yeah, I can play both games. So we're gonna do both games. March 14th, 1:16 a.m. Uh-huh. To make sure the defendant is found guilty, what other choice do I have? That's the job of a prosecutor, after all. That may be true, but why? Why go this far? Oh, drama. Sorry, maybe I wasn't clear enough, but a guilty verdict is all that matters to me. Oh, no matter what the cost. Oh, sorry. I read that not correctly. Hold on, I think I might have played this. No, never mind. I lied to myself. I didn't. I don't remember this character. I'm a prodigy among prosecutors. Always have been, always will be. March 14th, 2:05 a.m. Prosecutors Building, 12th floor hallway. It's hard to believe that I've been away from my office for a whole month. I hope Detective Gumshoe has been keeping an eye on my office and keeping it clean. I love Detective Gumshoe. Bring Detective Gumshoe back. Oh my god, he's a beloved character. He's my favorite character in the Phoenix Wright series. Besides Phoenix Wright himself and Pearl, Detective Gumshoe, that's my man's. The door is unlocked. Detective Gumshoe? What's the smell? It's very familiar. Blood? Oh, a little samurai statue in the back. Is Detective Gumshoe a fan? Oh, what the? What the hell is that? What's the meaning of this? Freeze! Look at his shoulders. They're so nice. Identify yourself. You identify yourself. Shut up! You've got some nerve committing murder in a prosecutor's office. Ooh. Ooh, a safe. Is that a threat? Get him, Miles. Bite him. Let me make one thing very clear. What? No one gets away with committing murder in my office. No one. He's gonna back away? Could have knocked him out or something. My name is Miles Edgeworth, and I work as a prosecutor in my local district. Little did I know that upon my return home after a month abroad, I would be thrusted into a multitude of cases and some very frantic and busy days. March 14th. Actually, maybe I have played this. Listen, I do not remember. It's been so long. 2:56 a.m. High Prosecutor's Offices, room 1202. He just dropped the gun like that? How stupid. I finished photographing the victim's body, sir. Very well. Please continue your investigation. Yes, sir! Look at him. Oh, he's so cute. Look at them dust. Where's Detective Gumshoe when I need it? Ah! Mr. Edgeworth, sir! Oh, okay, sorry, I was Detective Gumshoe. Are you okay, sir? Keep it down, Detective. This is a crime scene. Hopefully, the mic didn't, like, peek. When I heard the murder had taken place in your office, I ran up here straight away. Look at him! Oh! This is Dick Gumshoe. He's a detective. He is a detective with the local precinct. And the one they assigned to handle this murder case for the time being. They shouldn't. He is so bad at his job, but I love him. He's doing his best. You're looking a little pale, sir. Are you hurt? No, I'm perfectly fine. However... Look what they did to your office! It's totally thrashed! I'll say, the culprit sullied my floor with dirt rather well. No one gets away with tracking mud into my office. Whoa! That sounds like you're getting really burned up over this whole thing. This crime was committed in my office, so it is my responsibility to solve it. Did I turn my mic on? I did, okay. Oh, that's just like you, Mr. Edward. Okay, time to do some investigating. Agreed. Our first course of action is to gather relevant facts and leads. We must not overlook anything, no matter how small, if we are to find the truth. So I'll keep any leads or information we find etched in the forefront of my mind. Speaking of things that pique my curiosity, why of all places did the murder occur in my office? Crime scene, my office. Is it really a coincidence that the murder took place in my office? Ooh. I get the nagging feeling that this is something important to keep in mind. I saw an L up here. Yeah, I was wondering about myself, sir. I mean, you can't really say it's just a coincidence, can you? No, not really. Especially because of this. The key to your office? For security reasons, this office door has a lock built into it. Of course. What do you mean, sir? Hold on. Can I look? No. Okay, here we go. What is this? Proof of my profession, however, I prefer to keep it in my pocket. The victim in this case, why was he killed in my office? Detective Gumshoe, 32. I'm the detective at the local precinct in charge of the investigation. If you think about it carefully and use logic, it should become clear to you. Logic? He's like, never heard of it. I've never used logic a day in my life. By finding the connection between two pieces of information and connecting them, new information is born. That is the end result of using logic. So how do you use it? See? I told you, he's never heard of logic a day in his life. How did he become a detective? Don't you gotta, like, pass, like, some detective tests? First, I recall the information we've gathered with L, then I connect them together with X. Okay. Now to use L and recall the facts. L. Ooh. Okay. Yes. For security reasons, all prosecutors' doors are all outfitted with locks, which means it would have been hard for the murderer and the victim to get in here. Ergo, it's impossible to dismiss the location of this crime as a mere coincidence. Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking, sir. Must be a reason why someone infiltrated my room. What was the killer after? The killer's goal. Why did this happen in my office? What was the killer after? You're really on the ball today, Mr. Edgeworth. That's some beautiful logic, sir. Yes, well, when you follow leads to the conclusion, only the truth remains. However, except for in this game series is crazy. If the information doesn't line up properly, I may stray far from the truth as well. But if I think carefully before piecing links together, the logic should flow. Well, let's get started with our investigation, shall we? Yes, sir! Begin investigation. High Prosecutor's Office, room 1202. The basis of any good investigation is to examine things, sir. Everything, sir. I know that. And when I want to examine something, I simply use A when I'm next to it. Oh, if you ever feel lost on the talk, just use X, okay? I'll give you great, precise advice as an ace investigator, sir. Something to try later if I have free time, I suppose. Oh, he's following me around, besties, best friends. What have we here? Could this perhaps be the murder weapon? If so, it would mean that the killer made their escape after disposing of their gun here. I think I've seen one of those before. What do you mean, one of those? Care to enlighten me as to where? Oh, I know. I was issued the exact model. I think. Detective. I don't really like guns all that much. I mean, they're really dangerous. But now that I think about it, you do see this model around the precinct a lot, sir. I don't use mine much, except for an emergency, so that's why I didn't recognize it. Oh my god, they're gonna try to frame my babe? They're gonna try to frame Gumshoe! So the same type of revolver as the ones used by the precinct's detectives. Follow the crime scene, it's the same model as those used by precinct detectives. What did he say? X? You called, sir? Oh, no. I just wanted to see. Ouch! They even knocked over your chest set. Why did you say ouch? Had it all set up, ready for when you got back. I figured we could play a few games. I had no idea you were interested in chess. I'm actually pretty good at checkers, so I thought I'd give chess a try. In that case, I suppose we can set some time aside after we solve this case. Oh. They're besties! But I don't expect the games to tax my mental acuity much. They're besties! They finished photographing the body, so it should be alright to examine this area. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious nook and cranny. What do we have here? Hey, I think I've seen one of those before. It's a police badge, detective. Oh, hey, I have the exact same thing, actually. What a coinkydink! Let's take a look inside. Buddy Faith, detective. Mr. Buddy Faith. It would appear that our victim was a detective just like you. According to his badge and ID, Buddy Faith was a precinct detective. Precinct? Why am I talking weird? I seem to have gathered a few pieces of pertinent information. Now I'll calmly use some logic to figure out if any of them are connected to each other. If I look more, let's see here. There's blood all over this lower abdominal area. Looks like the bullet passed clean through his stomach area, sir. In other words, he was shot. Yep. And until the autopsy's done, I don't think we'll know much more than that. Please have the body sent to the morgue once they're done processing the crime scene. Crime scene notes jotted down in my organizer. Crime scene notes. Bullet went clean through the victim's abdomen. The body was found at around 2:05 a.m. Are you gonna be okay with keeping track of the evidence we find, sir? Of course. This is the safest way I know how to keep track of it all. Alright, if you say so. Keep all the evidence I find either in or with my organizer. When I want to re-examine a piece, I have but to press R to open my organizer. But the organizer isn't only for evidence, I keep people's profile and hands in it too. Oh, it's probably a guy who's gonna make a habit of checking the facts often. Okay, let's check the organizer. Oh, we now know he's 29. Okay. Was that all that's in my organizer? Just that? I suppose so. Ooh, what's it say? Gum? They really wanted to make it seem like Detective Gumshoe did it. I knew it. I sniffed it out immediately. I don't believe it. I packed those files on these shelves so tight. But not even an earthquake can make them fall off, but just look at them. At this rate, the rest of the files won't be able to withstand an earthquake at all. Rob them, to be sure. Well, once the investigation is over, we'll put them back up on the shelf. You're not going to say anything about gum right here? Okay. I don't think... There's nothing of interest here. Okay, yeah. The files are over the floor, sir. They probably fell during the struggle between the victim and his killer. Signs of a struggle. My files are a mess, pointing to the struggle between the victim and the killer. Aw, and I tried so hard to keep this place spotless while you were away. I mean, this just rendered all the time and effort I put in pointless. I don't recall ever asking you to clean my room. Well, I watered the flowers every day, just like you requested, sir. I just added cleaning to the list as a weekend special. For about half a day every Saturday, I come in and clean this place until it sparkled. Does he have a life? He doesn't. He doesn't. My precious little baby ain't got shit. Okay. Time of logic. The killer's goal. You guys know I'm not good at logic. Why did this happen in my office? What was the killer after the victim? According to this badge, Buddy Faith was a precinct. Revolver? Hey, the revolver, the standard model used by detectives. Could it have belonged to our recently departed? Detective Gumshoe, could you please thoroughly check this victim's body one more time? Yes, sir. On it now, sir. Excuse me, pal. Oh, let's see. No, I'm saying excuse me. The body's down already, babes. What have you got here? Mr. Edgeworth, sir. This guy's wearing a gun holster. So it appears that our killer somehow managed to take the victim's gun from him. Victim's revolver data jotted down in my organizer. It can be assumed that this gun is the murder weapon. It was issued to the victim. Let's see what else we can find out about this revolver. As I always say, you've got to look really carefully at each piece of evidence. You can use R to rotate an object. The right stick. Greetings, welcome back up, Miss Abby. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. What the fuck? Uh, sorry, Marie messaged me. Okay. Back to the game. But yeah, how are you doing? Welcome in. You can use the right stick to rotate an object. There's no such thing as a bad angle. Use L and R to zoom in and out to get at the nitty gritty. Alright. Oh. It looks like only one round was fired from this. Doing quite dandy as always. I'm glad this Sunday you can finally eat all kinds of goodies and sweets again. Oh, yay! I've actually tried eating. I'm starting to eat healthier. I'm trying to eat less and healthier. It's been a struggle, but I also started trying to work out too. I can't say I see any results yet, but you know, I'm trying my best. What kind of goodies and sweets are you gonna eat this weekend? Wow, so the killer killed the Vic. The Vic? Just one shot after wrestling the gun from him? Sounds like the guy knew how to handle a gun, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? We have no proof for now, but that is a distinct possibility. I wasn't done looking at the gun. What the fuck, man? I guess it's about all we're gonna find out. We should send the body to Jim! Who the fuck? Oh! What? How could this happen to a guy like you? Jim, his name's Buddy. It's great, slow and steady wins the race. Thank you. I appreciate it. Got a bunch of chocolates and sodas in the fridge. Are you gonna like binge eat them? Don't do that. It's not good. What kind of chocolates though? I heard European chocolate is different than American chocolate. So I don't know. Maybe it's different. Maybe it's like a little bit more healthier. Cause isn't it like dark chocolate? I prefer milk chocolate, but then like there's some milk chocolates that are just shit. I wasn't done investigating, honestly. There's so much that I should have done first. Are you alright? Don't touch me! Leave me alone! Just leave me be! Sorry, but I can't do that. The investigation is still ongoing, so please refrain from touching the body. Oh, so you got so many kinds? What kinds? I feel like everything is different EU versus US. You know what? That's probably true. That's probably true as well. Because don't you guys have like different color, like, what is it? Lemonade? What is not? It's not. Is it orange juice? Orange soda? Isn't yours like yellow or something? The body? The body? Don't talk about him like he's just some lump of flesh. Look at him. Jim looks like he's just turned in for the night. Sure. Just in a bloodstained suit, pal. Fanta? Yeah, you guys have yeah, I think it is Fanta. Fanta looks different over here than it does over there. Where are my manners? Aren't you that prosecutor? Well, yes, I am. I'm Jacques Portsman, prosecutor. Jim here was my partner in crime busting. I'm Miles Edgeworth, and like you, I'm also a prosecutor. Detective Dick Gumshoe, sir. Oh yeah, yours is more orange? Yeah. Yeah, it is. I don't know, maybe if I ate like I was European, life would be better for me. There's so many tasty foods out there, and it's like portion control, but like I haven't been that hungry. Like I tried to eat cereal this morning, and I had like maybe like 3 bites, and I was like, yeah, I'm done. And now I've just been drinking like Gatorade. I need to drink more, like honestly, I need to have some more liquids. So, you're Miles Edgeworth. I guess this is your office? Yes, that is correct. Then it was you! You're the one who killed Jim! Hey, don't go around jumping to conclusions, pal. Just calm down, okay? I will not. I know how things work around here. High prosecutor's office doors all have locks built into them. And only the owner of the office has the key to his or her own office door. How is this working? Should I just let it go? Okay, so the thing is, I think I changed up how my ads work, and now I'm very confused. Because I said 3-minute ads, and now it's saying like minute and 30-second ads. It's a bit confusing for me. So I don't know what that's gonna be like, but I'm gonna probably change it again later today just to see. But let's just run the ad real quick. It's a minute and 30 seconds now. I don't know why it's just a minute, like it's just 30 seconds longer, but it is what it is. That is correct. However, I was not the one who killed your partner. Yeah, Mr. Edwards has been overseas on a business trip this whole time, pal. And the key to the door was with me the entire time, okay? So the only one who could get in here was me. Wait, that means... I'm not sure what that means. So it was you then? You're Jim's killer? No way, pal. You've got it all wrong. Everyone calm down. Ooh. Mr. Portsman, correct. If you are a real prosecutor, you should know how to stay collected. The investigation has only just begun. It isn't too early to be drawing conclusions. Isn't it too early to be drawing conclusions? God damn it, I cannot read. Oh, alright. I get the point. You're right, my mistake. I tend to get a little too hot-headed sometimes. You sure are one cool customer, though, Mr. Edgeworth. I've heard all the rumors about you. You're the great genius prosecutor. You're something of a legend, you know. Anyway, let's call a truce and work together, okay? Now, how about a handshake to seal the deal? Don't touch him. A pleasure to work with you. You guys were conducting your investigation, right? Sorry for barging in like that. Carry on, then. It's your room, after all. Thank you, I intend to. I just want a little more time to say goodbye to Jim. You there! Sir! Oh, no, don't do that. Don't touch him. I want you to capture the scene on film for me. My final farewell to my partner, Jim. His name is Buddy. Is his real name Jim? Is Buddy short for Jim? How does that work? I should probably give them some space. I don't want to give them any space. Let's give them none of the space. Mr. Portsman, or if I may, Jim, I swear I'll find your killer and bring them to justice. You wait and see, it'll be for the both of us. Now then, you want to talk to me about something? No, that's alright. I feel like I'm interrupting their conversation. There's nothing to talk to them about, huh? Sad. Oh, okay. Can I talk to you? You have anything to report? Sir, yes, sir! Nothing out of the ordinary right now, sir. And yet, there's something out of the ordinary right in front of my eyes. Talk about a contradiction. Something out of the ordinary, huh? I should look around a bit more. How's it coming along? Please, I need absolute silence. This picture is too important to mess up. I'll leave the man to his art. His art? Photographing bodies is art? Dead ones? I would like to not think so. Ah, watch out for the teacup fragments there, sir. Who's going to pay this tea set? Yikes, you're really mad over this. This tea set is very dear to my heart, and it can only be bought in England. Where the fuck are we? Oh, Japan. Costs more than your whole month's paycheck. Oh. What? Now I think the killer's wasted one of my monthly paychecks. Okay. Cute. Hold on. Oh, it's your trophy, the, Knight of Prosecutors, right? King of Prosecutors. It is not a trophy, it's a shield. Oh shit, that looks broken, actually. They only send this to the winning prosecutors, right? Yes, but I have no real interest in the perceived worth of other people. Oh, ooh, okay. Rude. As for my own worth, this is something only I can determine for myself. I mean, true. That's so slick, sir. I'm gonna have to try saying that sometime. Unfortunately for him, his monetary worth is tied directly to his worth to me. Damn. That's so fucking rude. What is this? It's been a while since I've sat at this desk. Oh, I've missed you. So I'll tell you that looks newer than when I first bought it. Yeah. That thing's so polished that it makes mirrors jealous. Don't tell me you had no other work the entire time I was away, detective. My job is to protect your office, sir. And you did such a good job protecting it that a murder occurred in it. That's harsh, sir. I have to admit, the desk has never looked better, so I guess I can't dock his pay. You're in charge of his pay? Are prosecutors in charge of... You're a district prosecutor, right? Like, do you set the pay for detectives or... Oh my god, excuse me. For police officers? Can I not look at this? That was what to say. It's a good thing my Still Samurai doll was spared any harm. Speaking of which, I still haven't actually sat down and watched any of that show. What's it about again? Well, I don't know much about it myself, but... The hero of the Still Samurai warrior of Neo-Old Tokyo is the Still Samurai, and his goal is to defeat the evil magistrate. It's a show geared towards children. However, its high production values and riveting plot draws in a number of adults as well. Spin-offs like Pink Princess Warrior of Little Old Tokyo and Nipple Samurai, along with the deluge of merchandise, and even a new stage show gives presents. One of the chocolates has crisp rice puffs, the other classic mint lentils. What are mint lentils? I've never heard of a mint lentil. The third, soft toffee. Fourth, licorice drage. I've never heard of that either. And the last, Marianne crumbs, which is like peppermint crust with chocolate filling. Ooh. So basically it's a crunch bar, the first one. I haven't had a crunch bar in a bit. I want a crunch bar now. Now you're making me want chocolate. Now I'm gonna have to ask Gil to get me some chocolate afterward. You sure know a lot. Are you sure you're not some sort of rabbit fanboy? Of course not. Anyone that keeps up with society knows at least this much. That conversation lasted longer than expected. Let us return to the investigation. Is this another batch of fresh flowers? The ones that come with a card attached every month like clockwork for you? Yep. Speaking of that, let's see what's on the card this month, sir. All will be resolved. Wendy. What the hell is Wendy? Oh, this irony. How painful are thy thorns. Wendy. Isn't that the name of that old lady with the whiny voice that stopped? That's enough, detective. You need not remind me further. Oh. Oh, okay. I was like, you're gonna let me look at the light? Ah, your jacket, sir! What is it doing on the floor? It must have fallen off the wall when the killer tried to threaten me by firing a round. So the killer not only shot the victim, but they shot your jacket as well? They dared shoot the ultra special jacket that you made your prosecutor. I cannot read. Prosecutorial. No. I'm just gonna have to look this up. How to pronounce Prosec. Prosecutor. Is it prosecutorial? That's what I'm gonna say. Debut. End. What if they had shot through it? It would have been a disaster. It's not worth getting worked up over, detective. Not when there's something more here. Huh? Like what? I think you haven't noticed it yet, detective. What kind of chocolates do I usually go for? I've been craving Reese's lately, but I don't really like peanut butter. I only like peanut butter in a Reese's cup. And I like Kit Kats, and I like Twix. And I used to like Three Musketeers, but now I'm like, I don't know about it anymore. But I haven't had like chocolate in a while besides like Oreos. And I was gonna get some Oreos because they have the spooky Oreos now. I was like, do I want these? No, because like I said, I've been trying to eat better, lose some weight, and it's just like, no, because I know me. I know I'm gonna binge it, because I have no self-control when it comes to sweets like that. So I didn't get any sweets yesterday at the grocery store, but you know what I did get? I did get a Hello Kitty Collector's magazine. I did, and I'm so happy about it. I have not touched it, and I should probably look at it. Oh my god, my nose is stuffed up. Oh, Marabou has the best Oreo chocolate bars? I've never heard of Marabou. Is it Marabou or Marabou? Marabou. How do you say that? Like, every time we go to the grocery store, I make Gil buy me something that's not food related. Boo? Like, boo? Okay. Marabou. Got it. I've never heard of that brand. Is it only, like, European? There's a giant contradiction right here in front of us. Really? Girl, you don't see that fucking safe back there? It's so weedish. Okay. Did I say contradiction? You must be rubbing off on me. I'm starting to sound like him. Ooh. Starting to sound like your man. But I have my own methods and will conduct this investigation my way. When the scene before me contradicts a piece of evidence or seems off, that's when my deductive skills come into play. Let's see what it looks like. First, I have to find the spot that holds the contradiction. Well, I mean, can I look around first? This jacket sure brings back memories. I remember you used to wear this around the time you became a certified prosecutor. Marabu stork. There's a stork. Okay, I see. Do you like pistachio? I feel like you like pistachio. I tried a pistachio macaron. It was not for me. I don't know. I'm just too sensitive with foods. I remember you used to wear this around the time you got certified as a prosecutor. It was a present from my mentor. Who was your mentor? Prosecutor Manfred von Karma, huh? Oh, yeah. Yes. I don't wear it anymore, yet I can't bring myself to throw it away. It must mean a lot to you, even with the little bittersweet memories it holds. Ah, but you know, I got a whole coat of mine hanging up in my room too, sir. Yesterday was laundry day, so it's just drying off, but you get the picture. Okay, detective. Looks like your sofa was spared. Talk about good luck. And just what is so lucky about that? Well, I'd hate for my napping spot to have a huge hole in it. Napping spot? You're just joking, sir. Honest, I wouldn't dream of sleeping on such a nice, comfy sofa. He just keeps digging himself deeper and deeper with each passing word. You know I gotta investigate the stuff that's not that important. Okay. Oh! I didn't even press anything. There's like, I hovered over it and it was there. You're not sure if you have pistachio? I mean, do you like nuts? I'm not a fan of, like, nuts. Like, I liked almond milk, but that's, like, peanut, almond milk. The closest I'm getting to, like, eating nuts is, like, it has to be, I think... Pumpkin seeds don't count as nuts, but they count as nuts for me because they're just the same, like, texture for me a little bit. Nuts are okay. I'm not a nut eater. They're just not for me. Like, Snickers is their fave out of 3. I hate Snickers so much. I hate Snickers, sorry. There's stuff happening in my chat for D&D. Which I'm not sure if we're doing tonight, because we haven't done it in, like, a few months. Because, well, one of the players, his birthday's today, I think. So, like, happy birthday to him. So we might not play tonight, which is sad, but it's okay. You were a Twix guy, but now it's Snickers. You used to hate them as well. I can't do nuts. I'm not a nut eater. Nuts just, they're just, I hate the way they feel. In my mouth. It's just not nice for me. This is it. The bullet hole is where the contradiction lies. When I spot something that's off, I should point my cursor at it and press X with conviction. Conviction! Deduce! And when I have found sufficient proof to prove the contradiction, I present it to who? To who, Miles? This is how I do things. Okay. Well... Can I present? Eureka! What is this Eureka? I'm sorry, I'm just so used to Phoenix's voice that Eureka felt so weak to Phoenix's objection. Eureka! It's clear where the contradiction lies. I don't really see what's so wrong with that spot. You don't understand? You see, therein lies the contradiction. Mr. Edgeworth, sir? It'd be nice if you just admitted when you're wrong. That wasn't a mistake. Oh, I was wrong. That was me keeping you on your toes, detective. Okay, I was wrong. Well, I did that because, like, my thought process was, maybe I'm skipping steps. So my thought process was, okay, there's a bullet hole right there, yeah? But the detective is dead on the other side of the room, so that doesn't make sense. They contradict each other. Like, we know, though. I guess I'm just dumb. No, what, the revolver's the right answer. I'm just dumb. This is how I do things. It's the revolver. Actually, no. Let me look at this again. To think it's so easy to take a life with just the pull of a trigger. You know, I can't ever see myself killing really liking guns. Oh, but I love the ones they use to track and field meets to start races. If you take off before it's fired, everybody always ends up following your lead. Chase you down for a false start, detective. Now that you mention it, even when I finish first, I always wind up in last place. Is that it? Is that all we're gonna get? Okay. The bullet hole is the contradiction. What do you mean, sir? It's elementary. 2 shots were fired in this room. You were a Twix squad, but now it's Snickers. Listen, I've been craving Kit Kats a little bit, but now I kind of want a Crunch Bar. And I used to not like Crunch Bars. I didn't really like Rice Krispies. But now I'm like, you know what? A Crunch Bar sounds fucking delicious. So, I might get a Crunch Bar. And I used to like the 1,000 Grand bars. Those are so good, but I can't ever find them anywhere. The first fellowed the victim. And the second felled this frame. Hey, that's right! However, this gun was only fired once. Hey, that's true too! Which means that one of these 2 bullets was fired from a different gun. Did the killer have another gun prepared for tonight? Other than the victim's gun that I found, could there be another gun in play here? By the way, I noticed something, sir. Yes? What's that thing sticking out from behind the frame? Ah, that. It's a secret safe. A secret safe? Oh, I smell money. I'll spare us the trouble and just say it. Nothing like what you're imagining is inside. Now, if you could kindly move this frame out of the way. Roger that. Talk about dusty. I suppose that's what happens when I'm not here to dust it once in a while. I had an idea there was a safe here. I had kept it clean for you, sir. So, when did you put this thing in? It wasn't something I had installed personally. Every prosecutor's office has one. Really? I had no idea. Well, only prosecutors are supposed to have knowledge of their existence. So, what's inside, Mr. Edgeworth? Right now? Nothing. We only use them to store especially important evidence when the trial is in session. That's it? Talk about squashing my hopes and dreams. Secret safe data jotted down in my organizer. Each prosecutor has one in their office. Only they know of them. Trial evidence to use. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny. I'm just making sure, okay? I'm just making sure. I never knew there was a safe hidden back here. Well, if detectives knew about them, then they wouldn't be secret, now would they? Are there any other secret hidden things in this room? Even if there were, it would defeat the purpose of them being hidden if I told you. So don't bother looking for them. So there's no, like, hidden camera around, right? Hmm? And what if there was? Ah! No, it's nothing. Afraid I said anything. Do we even want to ask what he's been doing in my office while I've been away? He's been pretending to be you. He's been pretending to be you, Miles. I know. Hmm? Oh, this is odd. You found something, sir? This keypad. Did you find it to be a bit too clean? Yeah! There's a thick layer of dust all around. But not on the keypad itself. You there, forensic scientists. Yes, sir! Could you please dust this area for fingerprints? You've got it, sir! I couldn't find, let alone lift, a simple print. Looks like it was wiped down well. All the fingerprints on this have been wiped clean off. Oh. Secret safe data updated in my organizer. Each prosecutor has one in their office, only they know them. Prints were wiped. As I thought. It appears that logic is the only way around the setback. Time to rationally and calmly connect the dots with the information we have. Oh, we're already here. Alright, you finished examining this area, but it never hurts to look again. I don't want to look again. I hope we can solve this case quickly. I'd like to return them to relaxing on the sofa. It even looks like a billion times softer than my mattress at home. Can I sit on it too? Just for a little while, sir? Detective Gumshoe. You know I can't allow that. I was gonna be like, why not let him sit down? But forgot this is a crime scene. Until this case is solved, neither of us has time to spare, let alone rest. You're right, sir. I'm gonna work hard and be a real trooper to the end. Even once this case is over, I don't think he can afford to take any time off. Oh, hold on. You called, sir? The info I've gathered. I seem to have picked up a few good leads. Oh, so now you're gonna do that thing with all that information, right? What are you babbling about? The brainy thing you were talking about just a few minutes ago, sir. Logic. You said you can look at all your leads and info like by pressing L. Okay, this is just telling me some shit that I already know. That's your way of investigating, right, sir? Yes, which is why the exercise in explaining my own method to me was unnecessary. Okay, then how do I explain my logic to you next? That is even more necessary. I assume you understand how to conduct investigations, Detective Gumshoe. Of course, sir. Examine anything and everything with A. By checking the various things out, we can gather all sorts of evidence and information. You can see the evidence we collected with R. For information and leads, it's L. That's it. Great job, sir. Deductive reasonable is the way to go. It's called deductive reasoning, Detective. Clearly something you lack. Notice anything? Is there anything you noticed that you'd like to share, Detective Gumshoe? Just as I rushed over here, as soon as I heard there was a murder in your office, sir. The investigation's just gotten started, so I guess there's not much else to say. So, were you the one that found the body, Mr. Edgeworth? Unfortunately, upon my return, I found my office door to be unlocked. It would awaited me. Inside was the whole messy affair. Just rough. Even though I left the security of this room to a certain detective. Sorry, sir. Oh, wait, hold on, I can present stuff. Never mind. You called, sir? I sure did. Oh, hold on. I can investigate this? This badge design is said to reflect the relentlessness and discipline of law enforcement. It comes from the authority vested in us as strictly prosecutors of the law, and the executors of sentences, much like harsh winter frost and blazing summer days. So we're assigned to identify oneself as a prosecutor, but I have no interest in doing so. Bro, why? What's wrong with you? Ooh, a badge. Each prosecutor's badge is engraved with a number of the owner on its back. Numbers. As if we're not human on the inside like everyone else. What is wrong with him? He is so funny. Oh, we already read this. Okay. The prosecutor's badge is really tiny compared to my police badge. Oh, but it's really cool, sir. Much cooler than my badge could ever be. There's no need to suck up to me, detective. Oh, don't be mean to him. That's my baby. I'm just a lowly detective, so I'm not sure what I should do with that other than to arrest it. Is that the only talent you have? Oh, wait. The victim's gun, huh? It's the same model as mine. A tool used to protect lives, yet one that can also take lives away. Those who take a gun in hand wield a great responsibility. I hope you understand that. I don't really use my gun at all, sir. The only time I would use this baby is when I'm fighting a hot duel with a convict to look ultra cool. You were doing so well until that last bit. I had no idea you had one of these things. I mean, I thought I knew everything there is to know about you, Mr. Edgeworth. I feel like I've caught a glimpse of that hidden side of Miles Edgeworth. There's a great deal you don't know about me. At least, I hope so. I can't present any of these to him. Oh, hey! Jacques Portsman, 29, High Prosecutor with this prosecutor's office. It's my first time speaking with him. Okay, we've given everything we can to him. Let's do some logic. Let's logic it out. Some deduction. The killer's goal, the sign of a struggle, 5 fingerprints, another handgun. Oh my god, this game is so hard because I'm not smart at all. Okay, let's think about this. Let's read all of this. The killer's goal. Why this happened to my office? What was the killer after? All the fingerprints on this have been wiped clean off. My files are a mess, pointing to a struggle between the killer and another handgun. I don't know. I'm confused. So which of these would be connected? So let's think. The killer's gold. Do we know the killer's gold? No. Can we connect these, or we'll wipe fingerprints? All the fingerprints have been wiped clean. This could be it, but I'm not gonna say it yet. Wiped fingerprints. All the fingerprints have been wiped. Were they struggling in this office? But why was he in the office to begin with? Oop, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to go over here, it just wouldn't let me. Pointing to a struggle between the victim and the killer. Other than the victim's gun that I found, could there be another gun in play here? I have no clue. I'm gonna be so honest with you guys. I have no clue where to go from here. All the fingerprints, signs of struggle. You're even less you don't even know either. Oh, we're just gonna have to like keep guessing until we get something right. Okay. I'm gonna put wiped fingerprints. I'm gonna connect it. I believe I've figured out what the murderer was after. Well, what was it, sir? The fact that the safe was wiped clean of fingerprints suggests that the criminal had at least attempted to open my safe, making the culprit motive for breaking and entering theft, I believe. The culprit tried to open my safe. Was the killer's motive theft? Maybe, possibly. I wonder if knowing that the motive behind this break-in was theft changes what the other pieces of information can tell me about this crime. Well, I have no idea. Was the culprit's motive theft? Signs of a struggle? Another. We might get this wrong, but I'm gonna put this together. I'm gonna try to connect it. No! Not exactly a shining example of the perfect line of logic. Signs of a struggle then? Yay! There's a possibility that the files displayed on the floor are not the result of a struggle between the victim and his killer. Oh, you know, like, it could be from when the killer tried to find something, sir? Precisely. We need to figure out if any of the files have been stolen. Yes, sir! I want to shelve files like you've never seen before, even at a library. Sure. Let's give that a try. He's still here? Why do all the good ones always die young? Surely you must ponder that everyone's in a while, Mr. Edgeworth. And no matter how much we lament, the dead will not come back to life. All we can do is search for the truth. And? So, what are we supposed to do? How do we go about finding the truth? First, we calmly restore the files to their rightful place. You got it! Here, let me help. So the files goes here, and the book goes there. You sure know a lot about where things go, despite it being Mr. Edgeworth's office. Because I'm the one who keeps it tidy, pal, okay? Done. Ooh. It would appear that the murder was definitely committed here. Let's get a good look at this. 2A, 2B, 2C, 2D. I just want to make sure they're all in order. Now, why are these zeros down here? Why aren't they up here? Maybe it's just, you know what? Let's not worry about it. Let's not. Wow, why are the ads like this? I swear I changed it. I hate this, actually. I'm gonna have to readjust the ads a little bit. The bloodstains on the bookshelf are still fresh. I suspect that the victim was killed in a standing position, hence the prints on the shelf. And then the guy fell into the floor, right? The blood on the floor is kind of grossing me out. Detective, I don't have the time to deal with your weak stomach right now. But you know I'm okay with blood, sir. I'm certain there's something wrong with this picture. Deduce, no. Even his butt's bloody. The killer moved the body because it was leaning against the bookshelf. The blood on this guy's pants proves that pretty well. In a sense, I suppose. See? I'm not completely useless, Mr. Edgeworth. Is that all we're gonna get from him? I think so. It appears that the victim was in a sitting position here after being shot. Oh, that's why the seat of the victim's pants had blood on it. That would be the logical conclusion. Oh. I put them all back just as they should be, sir. Doesn't look like anything's missing. Although it does look like the killer moved the body to flip through my shelves. I wonder if they found what they were looking for. The victim's handprints. He must have tried to support himself with his hands after being shot. There are prints on the floor, too. Those must have been made when, unable to stay standing, he dropped to the floor. So there's where the bullet lodged itself after it went through the victim, huh? For the bullet to be lodged so squarely in a foul spine indicates the files were ransacked after the shooting had occurred. Then I guess the victim was moved because he was in the killer's way? Interesting. Okay. There's not any more here. I guess I have to logic? No. I have to deduce. Oh! No! So I have to connect. Okay, let me look at the evidence. What am I trying to deduce? Have you guys been paying attention? Because I feel like I'm here. I'm trying to focus, but okay. So is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? I don't know. Actually, it might be this spot. I'm gonna try here. There's click. No. What do you mean, sir? Bullet holes too. Okay, maybe I thought I was wrong. The victim was shot in the stomach. The hole should be much higher up. But what if the guy was shot while he was sitting or lying down, sir? That would be illogical. The victim leaned against the shelf here after being shot, which suggests that he was standing when he was shot. And that means... Wait. What does that mean, sir? It means you need to use your brain every once in a while instead of mine, detective. In any case, it means someone made a faulty assumption. And it was from this mistake that our current contradiction was born. What was the faulty assumption that caused this problem with the bullet hole's position? The order of the files. The order of the files, wasn't I right? Because I was like, how come these O ones, these 0 ones are down here when it's in order like this? Maybe I was right. Is it possible to be wrong? Yeah. So I don't know if you noticed that green bar that was up here. I think my logo is blocking it for the game. But there's a green bar up here, and I've gotten like 2 things wrong so far. And if you get things wrong, you lose, and it's game over, and you gotta restart. I believe the order of the files is a bit off. You mean I put them back in the wrong order just now? Actually, I think the labels on the files are wrong, sir. Oh? Yeah. You see here how the files that were shot begin with the number 0? You see? I'll try to show you again, like, if it comes up. What are those doing all the way down there after 1, 2, and 3? That's really weird. Actually, the way they're organized now is the correct order. They were exactly as I see them in my mind's eye. Oh, you got a photographic memory? But the numbers are all out of order. Those white binders are special, so they are arranged a little differently. I almost choked on my spit on my pouch. But from this, we know that the files were not in this order when the crime occurred. Wow, so that's it. I believe the killer made the same incorrect assumption you just did, detective. Let's rearrange the files in numerical order and see what we find out. Do you think it'd be okay to prop the body back up? to how it was before it was moved? I finished processing the crime scene, so I don't see why it wouldn't be. If you please, Detective Gumshoe. Where the fuck is his head? Where's his head? As I suspected, the bullet hole is now where it should logically be. Why is his head missing? He had a whole head before. The killer went through my files first before shooting Mr. Faith. And then put the files back in numerical order, I guess. I know. Are you, like, I'm a little shook here. Exactly, and then proceeded to shoot the victim. But why would someone kill a man and then look through your files one more time? Puzzling indeed. The files were thrown into disarray twice, once before and once after the crime, but why? Culprit rearranged my files twice, once before and once after the murder. Why? Now the crime scene is as it was at the time of the murder. Time to give it another look. Finally, I can notice that. I'm gonna touch those last. As I suspected, the bullet hole is now where it should be logically. And we figured out that the killer went through your bookshelf twice. Indeed, there are many things the killer did that doesn't make sense. But to figure out the ways, or the whys, we need more information. These handprints belong to the victim, right? That makes sense with the body position. Yes, he must have left them when he was trying to support himself after he was shot. However, the final position of the body shows that it was moved. I need to go over this crime scene with a fine-tooth comb one more time. Trying to make sure I get all the other stuff before I touch this. You gonna explain why his head is missing? There must be some reason why the victim's body was moved. There's no time to ponder that now. Let us continue with our investigation, detective. Welcome up, sir. I'm ready to go. Oh. Okay, so I think everything is good. Yeah? Okay. Over here. This! What is it? What does it say? Gumshoe on there in blood. I'd say that's some incredibly incriminating evidence. Yes, indicative of criminal activity indeed. No, wait! There's gotta be some mistake! Mr. Edgeworth, sir! Help me! Say something, sir! It appears that one of my files was stolen. Is that all, sir? What about me and my situation? Is this what the killer was really after? Stolen file data jotted down in my organizer. One of the files that were written upon in blood was stolen by the culprit. Investigation complete. So yeah, he's the green bar, how it was missing stuff. It's now back up. Looks like Jim was able to leave us the name of his killer in the end. You know what? His name cannot be Jim. It can't be. It's Buddy Faith. Who the fuck is Jim? And this most important message managed to reach us. I'm telling you, it wasn't me. You can't be terribly pleased to hear that your beloved partner is the guilty party. If you're going to accuse Detective Gumshoe of being the culprit, I sincerely hope you have some proof to back it up. Jim's words, they're more than enough, wouldn't you say? If that's how you want to play it, then at least allow me to understand your reasoning. You got it. I don't like this one bit. There's something strange about this man's attitude. He kind of looks like Yosuke from Persona 4. Yosuke's best boy. There must be some sort of flaw to his logic waiting for me to dig out. Mr. Edgeworth, what are you gonna do? What I always do in court, I'm going to cross-examine him. One way or another, I'll expose the flaw in his logic with this technique. Oh, how do you do that? Can you explain it to me, sir? Might as well. I mean, we're here. Alright, first, I listen to the witness's testimony. And if I find a flaw in the testimony, something that contradicts the evidence, I open my organizer with R and present the piece of contradictory evidence. To present something, I simply use X, but that's old news. But it's not like there's gonna be a flaw in their testimony every time, right? Correct. And at those times, I need to press the witness with L. Sometimes by pressing, I can draw out new information or new or modified testimony. I think I get it, sir. I'll be sure to try this technique out during investigations too. Very well. Let me show you how it's done. Now watch carefully. We're not in court, though. Mr. Portman's logic. Detective Gumshoe, you stole Jim's gun from him and shot him dead. Furthermore, you messed up the files to make it look like you had committed theft instead. That's when you moved Jim's body that was sitting in front of the bookshelf. Thanks to that, you didn't notice the bloody letters his body was hiding. And it will be his final words that you will be brought to justice. You intend to argue that the victim's dying message points to his killer. I can hear Jim's voice and he's calling for his killer's arrest. Are you sure we're not mishearing his words, Mr. Portsman? There's no way Detective Gumshoe is the culprit here. I will find the flaw in this man's logic, and expose with credible evidence. Rebuttal! Mr. Portman's logic. Detective Gumshoe, you stole Jim's gun from him and shot him dead. Let's press him. Oh. Let's press him, not present. You know, there's something I've been meaning to ask. What is it? Why do you call the victim Jim? Great question! When clearly his name is Buddy Fate. Isn't it obvious? Jim is the perfect name for my companion. Jacques and Jim. Don't those two names go together like peanut butter and jelly? But Jim isn't even close to the guy's real name. Well, Jacques and Buddy just sounds off somehow. Besides, he was the third of a bunch of guys that decided to nickname Jim. He talks about the victim like he was his pet. Furthermore, you messed up the files to make it look like you had committed theft instead.
Hold it!
Let's hear what you gotta say about this. Do you really think it was necessary to dishevel my shelves twice to do that? That's true. Okay, maybe his real intent was theft. Hey, are you accusing me of stealing something from Mr. Edgeworth? It's a possibility. Maybe your salary's been cut so much that life is getting a little too rough to handle. I'll have you know that I eat 3 square meals every day, pal. Okay, so all 3 of them happen to be instant noodles, but... Poor thing. What an evil prosecutor you were paired up with. And what a motive, no? That's when you moved Jim's body that was sitting in front of that bookshelf. Oh? Actually, that's a contradiction, but we're gonna press him anyway.
Hold it!
And why would Detective Gumshoe do such a thing? Because the body was getting in his way. He had to mess up your bookshelf somehow, right? Anyway. But thanks to that, you didn't notice the bloody letters his body was hiding.
Hold it!
Why do you think the killer didn't notice the bloody letters? What, hold on, was I wrong? Was that a contradiction, or am I stupid? The body was covering it quite well, wouldn't you say? That's how he missed it. But judging by what you've seen, it doesn't take much for your detective to miss something. You are. You know nothing about me, pal. There's a lot a person can understand about another from first impressions alone. I can't say I disagree with him on that point. Why don't you say something, sir? Who are you too, Mr. Edgeworth? Despite his lack of attention to detail, I don't believe the detective to be the culprit. Nobody could have overlooked the bloody letters, and I can prove it with evidence. I couldn't ask for a better setup for the game-finishing Spike. And it will be by his final words that you will be brought to justice. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna go back. Maybe I'm wrong somewhere, but I'm gonna press everything just for more information.
Hold it!
Are you saying that those letters were intended for you? Yep. Jim was an outstanding detective. I would expect no less from my former partner. It looks like Mr. Portsman still doesn't understand. He has yet to figure out the true meaning behind the bloody letters. What are you sputtering over there? Can't you just admit my logic is perfectly sound? Actually, there's a gigantic flaw in his logic. A gap so wide that even a good detective could spot it. Now to clue Mr. Portman in by presenting him with some evidence. Let's look at the evidence. Oh, okay. Well, where are we gonna present it? I need to... Okay, we have the evidence, right? I'm not presenting shit yet. I just want to look at the evidence. So right now we have the evidence, the prosecution badge. That's not important. That's never been important. So... One of the files that were written on blood was stolen by the culprit. Will clean through the body. Issue. One shot was fired. Okay, let's go back. Detective Gumshoe, you stole Jim's gun from him and shot him dead. You messed up the files to make it look like you had committed theft. That's when you moved Jim's body that was sitting in front of the bookshelf. But thanks to that, you didn't notice the bloody letters his body was hiding, and will be by his final words that you will be brought to justice. So apparently it has something to do with the bookshelf. I'm confused in here. I'm so sorry. If you would like to give your input on this, I would very much appreciate it. But right now, I'm clueless. Stole Jim's gun from him and shot him dead. Would it be the revolver? I'm confused. Hey, you did notice the boy Larry's body was his body in front? I guess it was in front. I'm gonna try presenting. We'll clean through. Let's see. I'm gonna try presenting this. I am probably wrong. I must object to your line of logic. In which part do you have an objection to? It's... yes. Well, say cool, Mr. Edgeworth. You're no good when you're all flustered. The detective's right, for a change. How did I come to that? I don't know. Calm down, Miles. Listen carefully and think everything through a bit more rationally. I don't know. I can't tell you. I don't know. I'm not sure. This is what I'm presenting everything here. I must object to that line of logic. In which part? I'm just gonna present this each time. Because I don't fucking know. Can I present this?
Objection!
It would behoove you to take a good look at this. I see it, but I fail to see how it has anything to do with me. Is that so? You're not at the top of your game today, are you, Mr. Genius Prosecutor? I sure fucking am not. I can't allow him to take this place here. I must remain calm only doing so I can find the... I'm not gonna get it. Stop acting like I'm gonna get this. I need... oh! This is the first murder mystery. Like, when you, like, in the game. Right now we're playing the demo, and I'm sucking very badly. They should have voice acted this. I'm pretty sure they do have voice acting in it. Like, they have, like, the voice thing, but it's not fully voice acted. This is the first case in the game, yes. And I'm very bad at it. I might have to look this up. I'm stuck. I'm stuck and I hate being stuck. What is this game called? Ace Attorney Investigation Walkthrough. Because I am not getting it. Oh. Part 1, getting... Confrontation? Oh, wait, no. Mr. Portman's... Rebuttal. Okay, present the stolen file in the 4th statement. Here we go. There we go. That was gonna take me forever. I would not have gotten that. Perhaps you're not aware, Mr. Portman, but there is a serious flaw in your logic. Bringing it a bit of the courtroom into this, I see. No problem. I'm game. I can't help but find it odd. Excuse me? How that a fellow prosecutor would be brought down by the power of his own office? What are you talking about? Oh, you're joking. I get it. If you have the time to laugh, and you have the time to take another closer look at this. Do you still not see it? If not, may I direct your attention to the missing file? What? That's impossible! What's impossible, Mr. Portsman? Nothing! The files on that shelf are all about a certain case. When the killer went to take the file after murdering your partner, I highly doubt they could have missed the bloody letters written on the spines. It's possible that they could have taken the file before committing the murder. I think it's pretty obvious that the file was stolen after it was written on. The missing letters and the detective's name where the file should be is proof. Yeah, I mean, the S is gone and there's only half of an H. Detective Gumshoe really was the culprit of this case. I highly doubt that he could have overlooked his own name written in the blood in the files. Especially as a detective who can't stand the sight of blood. Which means, what exactly? What does that make this dying message? It makes it the work of a criminal intent on tampering with a crime scene. That's so low! I can't believe the criminal tried to pin the whole thing on me, sir. I'm gonna get him, sir. You'll see. I'm gonna have them under arrest in no time. Well, Mr. Portsman. Brilliant. Absolutely splendid. Logic deserving of Olympic gold. Does he have an Olympic gold medal in what? Prosecution? I doubt it. I appreciate the praise, but it doesn't change the fact that your reasoning is flawed. You win some, you lose some. That's how life goes. Glad everyone's so cheery, even though I feel more dead than alive. But you know, it really is a shame. I really didn't want to have to bring this up, however. What is this time? What is it this time? Are you after me, pal? Are you still after me, pal? Sorry, I can't read. Come with me for a second. Who has the key to this office? That would be me! But Mr. Edgeworth just proved that I'm innocent, pal! Oh? Oh? Okay. That's absolutely right, and I acknowledge your innocence! Then why do I sense that you still have something to say? Can you decide what you want to do? Well, I was thinking, did you know there's one other person with a key to this office? One other person? Hey, you there! Yes, sir! What is it, sir? Would you kindly fetch and escort that lovely young lady here for me? A lady? The girl's a member of this building's security. Think of her as a material witness. Security? Did you say security? No, stop it, pal, don't! What's wrong with him all of a sudden? I believe she needs no introduction. I have called upon Miss Maggie Bird. Is it Bird? I've always said Bird. But it might be Bird. I'm gonna say Bird. I'm a member of security. She's so cute though! I think it is Bird because the feathers. Oh, I love her. Detective Gumshoe, sir? Maggie! Mrs. Bird is the security guard on watch tonight. I see, and your point is? My point is that she could very well have used it. And by it, I mean the master key, which can open all the office doors in this building. What? If you're not the guilty party, Detective Gumshoe, then the only other person with access to this room is Miss Bird. How dare you! I would never sneak into someone's room. He's right. I refuse to believe that Maggie's the culprit, pal. It was me. That's right. I did it. Can we take that as a confession, Detective? Well, it wasn't really me, but it definitely wasn't Maggie, pal. So yeah, it was me. If it was, you'd have no problem with that, right? Please refrain from flying off the handle, Detective. There's no need for such theatrics. Listen to your boss, Detective. He understands what I'm saying here. Okay, so like, the way they drew him, it kind of looks like his nipple is sticking out a little bit, and I don't really think I like that. Please, sir, keep your clothes on. The girl is the only one who could have committed the crime, and for one simple reason. Reason for suspicion. It's pretty obvious that Miss Bird snuck into your room using the master key. I mean, if Detective Gumshoe is the one who opened the door, then that leaves only Miss Bird as our prime suspect. On top of which, she knows our good detective, doesn't she? Making it all the more probable that she was the one who faked the dying message. So, you're saying she used the master key. Master key jotted down on my organizer. This can open every office door. It is used to control. Its use is controlled by security staff. There we go. Incredibly incriminating evidence, wouldn't you say? That's what you claimed about the evidence earlier as well. That was then, this is now. The flow of a good match always changes during a rally. It's all about your reflexes and reaction time, especially for an athlete like me. I wonder if there is anyone else other than Miss Bird who could have used the master key. It seems that the only way to get Miss Portman to give me more details is to press him. Reasons for suspicion. It's pretty obvious that Miss Bird snuck into your room using the master key. That was the wrong button.
Hold it!
Are you sure Miss Bird is the only member of security who could have used the master key? There's only one person on staff at this time of night, and tonight she's it. Isn't that right, Miss Bird? That's, true, but I wasn't able to use the master key at the time of the crime, sir. Wasn't able to? What's that supposed to mean? Yes, moving on. I'd hate to get sidetracked by something unrelated. What do you mean unrelated? I want to hear what she has to say, pal. But you can't really trust her not to tell lies, because I hate wasting time. Should I hear Miss Bird out? Ask for more details, of course. Not so fast. I, too, am interested in hearing what Miss Bird has to say. Didn't I just say it'd be a waste of time? We don't need to hear her lies. I'll be the judge of that. Miss Bird, if you please. I discovered that the master key was missing at around 1 AM, sir. What do you mean by missing? As in, it wasn't anywhere in the security booth, sir. The clerk must have stolen it. Mr. Portsman, I believe this to be an important piece of testimony, don't you? I can't believe that someone like you would have taken it by such words. I'm not lying, sir.
Objection!
If that's the case, then I'd like to know why you have the master key now. I don't quite know. It just reappeared all of a sudden, sir. A likely story. And where's your proof that the key was stolen to begin with? I bet you just forgot where you put it and then found it again. I never lose things. I can practically guarantee that. With me, if something disappears, it's usually because someone stole it. Yeah, pal, trust me, you don't want to test just how bad her luck is. Unfortunately, I can't deem this piece of testimony as conclusive. Glad you agree, Mr. Edgeworth. But... You still haven't established Maggie's motive for breaking into Mr. Edgeworth's office. Her motive? Didn't we already establish that it was theft? I mean, the culprit clearly went through the bookshelves and at least tried the safe. It is as Mr. Portsman says, Detective. I can't ignore the fact that all the evidence points towards a motive of theft, but I'm done taking blows. It's time to counteract with a few facts of my own. Her intent from the messed up shelves to the wiped down safe, I'd say thievery.
Hold it!
I concur the culprit's motive appears to have been thievery, however. Glad to hear that the great Mouse Edgeworth is in agreement with little old me. However, with regard to the investigation of the bookshelves and safe, hey, good thinking actually for my opinion on the matter. Would it be too much for you to allow me to complete a full sentence? I mean, Detective Gumshoe isn't the one who opened the door.
Hold it!
I thought we had established Detective Gumshoe's innocence pretty thoroughly. It was just a theory, one hypothesis among the many possibilities. I mean, I had my doubts about Miss Bird from the very beginning. If that's the case, then why didn't you mention her first? Now, don't make that face. See, there goes that truth running the other way. Let's pick up the pace and see if we can't catch up to it. I don't think you're catching my drift. But we are in agreement that the detective isn't the killer, right? If so, then I hope you'll understand when I say that since she is the only one who could have opened your office door. And that leaves Miss Bird as our prime suspect.
Hold it!
Don't you think it's a bit early to be jumping to conclusions? Are you saying there's another way to open the door other than with the master key? Oh, I get it. Perhaps you had a spare made for someone else. I'll have you know I have never made a spare, so what are you insinuating? Nothing. I guess I should have known better than to suggest that someone like you would. On top of which, she knows our good detective, doesn't she?
Hold it!
Is there anyone in this district who hasn't at least heard of Detective Gumshoe? Damn, he's that famous for being bad at his job. Everyone's heard of him. Good point, he's practically a celebrity among us prosecutors. Really? I never knew I was so talked about. Sir? We're holding our collective breath, you know. For when you screw up so badly that you're literally chased off the force. Wait, what? Is that true, Mr. Edgeworth? Of course not. That's hogwash. Phew, don't scare me like that. I almost had a heart attack there. Making it all the more probable that she was the one who faked the dying message.
Hold it!
By dying message, you mean the bloody letters that spell out Gumshoe? I figured that whoever wrote his name must have wanted to frame him, and just the act of choosing his name is proof enough that the two knew each other well. Mr. Edgeworth, what are you waiting for? Hurry up and present some evidence. I would love to. But first, we should listen a bit more and digest what he is saying, and press him for more information. I thought we already pressed him for more information. It's pretty obvious that Miss Bird snuck into your room using the master key. So, are we supposed to present something here? Her intent for the mess up shelves, so I pipe down, safe. I'd say favor. I mean, she doesn't have a motive. What is her motive here? I'm not sure. Okay, let me see. What do we do? Her intent... Where are we? We're gonna present some evidence.
Objection!
It would behoove you to take a good look at this. I see it, but I fail to see how it has anything to do with me. Oh, was I wrong? Was I wrong? Oh, I was wrong. I was wrong. Hurry up with this talk. Okay, it's the safe I'm supposed to present.
Objection!
There we go. Do you wish to continue insinuating that Miss Bird was set on stealing something? Why not? It's the truth after all. It was also by your logic that we came to the whole thievery conclusion anyway. That may be, but you must also be aware of the fact that the safe is a secret safe. Oh yeah, no one knows about the safe. The existence of which... I am using a little bit of a guide because I was stuck. I was not gonna get that. I wasn't. I'm sorry, guys. My brain cells are not with me. The existence of which is only privy to prosecutors. I find it a little hard to believe that the hidden safe was a part of her cunning plan. But, ew, I did not like his bead sweats. Sweat beads? I didn't like the sweat beads, there we go. But she could have found it by accident while she was turning everything else upside down. I highly doubt that. I'd say the culprit knew exactly what they were looking for. After all, only the bookshelf and the safe were targeted. Yeah, even I didn't know about the safe, pal. And that means there's no way Maggie could have known about it either. Then, are you proposing that the killer is a prosecutor? Interesting conclusion. Let's definitely look more and more probable. What's wrong, prosecutor? Do you have a different suspect in mind now? Wait, Curtis, what are you? What's with the angry face all of a sudden? It's all my fault. What do you mean? It's Jim. He knew about the existence of the secret safes. What did you just say? We were partners, like inseparable conjoined twins. That's why I told him. I filled him in on the secret safes. Then that means... Yeah, I know. I had only just told him too. Obviously it was wrong of me to tell him. Still can't quite believe it, but the thief who broke into your room was probably Jim. Now he's claiming that the victim was the thief? And you were simply trying to stop him, weren't you? Miss Maggie Bird. Excuse me? I mean, you are a security guard, right? That's your job. But killing is going a bit too far, even at your risky profession. What the? You're still accusing Maggie of the murder? Yes and no. I mean, she had stumbled upon Jim, who was probably drawing his gun. I get it. It was self-defense, wasn't it? No! I couldn't. I could never do something like that. Not even as a security guard, sir. Plus, even if he was the thief, he wouldn't have a key to his office, which is precisely why he had to steal it, wouldn't you say? Now, why would she leave the key right there? Right out in the open, near a window? I don't believe that for Maggie. Maybe she did. Maybe her bad luck is just, you know, a little stupidity. A little lack of common sense. It was Jim who stole the master key. Pretty impossible for a suddenly stolen key to be here with us, unless you retrieved it from Jim after you killed him. Mr. Portsman, are you honestly accusing your own partner of being a thief? I don't want to admit it, but the only way for everything else to make sense. Has he no honor? He has no honor. Now then, I think we're done here. The investigation waits for no man. Would you people be so kind to see yourselves out? You can't kick us out. This is Mr. Edgeworth's office. But I'm the one who's been assigned to this case. You are all suspects to varying degrees and therefore ineligible to run the show. Listen, pal, how many times do I have to say this? Maggie can't be the culprit. Detective Gumshoe, calm yourself. But sir, we have no choice but to accommodate his request for now. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. At least one of you understands. Now then, if you can remove yourselves from my crime scene, I'd be most grateful. Mark my words, Mr. Portsman, we will meet again. If that's a formal request from the legendary prosecutor himself, then I suppose so. Now, don't disappoint me, you hear? To be continued. Thank you for playing. You can transfer this data's demo for the full game. Save your progress. Yeah! Save my progress. Ooh. How many files are we allowed to have? That's a lot of files we're allowed to have. We're not allowed to have that many in the regular Phoenix Wright games. Yeah, 20? I think we're only allowed 3. Okay. Title selection. How are we feeling? Are we feeling like Ace Attorney Investigations 2 Prosecutors Gambit demo? I think we are. I think we are feeling it. I'm feeling it at least. Even though I'm stupid, I'm feeling it at least. My throat is a little dry though. Sorry, I need to take a little break right there. Okay, let's continue. Let's go. Let's move on. Episode 1: Turnabout Trigger. Ooh, we got a cutscene. Here he comes! A presidential plane descends from the western skies, bringing a message of peace and marks all final approach and lands right on Gourd Lake. Finally, like, just listen to that crowd. Welcome, Zhongfa. Welcome, Mr. President. And now, sir, your audience awaits. It was going slow, and now it's going fast. Ooh, buff. Honored friends and allies, I am here today to deliver something. The odious criminals that dodged my beloved something, thanks to the prosecutor's office of your great country. But I finally want it to go a little bit faster. It goes too fast. You have most heartful gratitude. However, friends, do not forget. The battle against evil rages on. Here, today, I make you the solemn promise. We shall crush the wicked with the righteous hammer of justice. Is this game rated M for mature? Ah. Ooh. Call the prosecutor's office. Get Miles Edgeworth here right away. If anyone can solve this, he can. Oh, putting on that coat. Get it. It's the money shot right there. And that's why they have that in the game, because that's the money shot. March 25th. 2:46 p.m. Sorry. Gourd Lake Spectre area. The news must be halfway around the world already. I don't feel like doing a deeper register. Oh look, there's Bestie. After all, it's not every day an attempt is made on the life of the nation's president. My name is Miles Edgeworth, and I work as a prosecutor. I came as soon as I got the call. The moment the phone rang, I knew it was serious. Mr. Edgeworth! Ooh. Thank goodness you're here, sir! This is Dick Gumshoe, a detective with the local precinct. He's the one usually assigned to my cases. How is the president, detective? We still don't know, Mr. Edgeworth. The medics just boarded the plane a few minutes ago. I see. I hope he's alright. But I suppose you'd better show me the scene of the crime instead. Right away, sir! Hey! I said hey! Yeah, you! Ruffles! Oh. Who's that? You're the prosecutor in charge of this here case, ain't ya? Wanna give me your first impressions? Anything strike y'all as odd? No comment. Detective Gumshoe, with me. Come on now, Mr. Prosecutor. Don't be like that. But Mr. Edgeworth, wait for me. Now, detective, I'll need the facts of the case in as much detail as you can give. Oh, wow. You know who he looks like? He looks like Homeboy. Is his name Lysander? From, Pokemon... Is it X and Y? Yeah, it's X and Y. Which is so crazy wild, so scary. That's the vibe he's given. Well, the scene was right here at Gourd Lake, as you already know. A bunch of people were gathered to welcome the president of Zhongfa. President of Zhongfa to visit. See if I can read that text. I can't. A city official in charge of health and welfare said, we something. I can't read all that. Dijon Wang? Is it Wang or Wang? I don't want to say Wang. It could be Wang. Yes, I read about this visit. It's been all over the news for days now. A special report about President Dijon Wang. I'm gonna say Wang. You know what? I don't know. I think it's Wang. It could be Wang. I think it's Wang. But in my head, it just goes automatically to Wang. Newspaper clippings, data jotted down in my organizer. It was raining until just before he landed. Luckily, it let up and he went on stage as planned. And then, smack dab in the middle of his speech, bang! A gun goes off and everybody runs for cover, terrified for their lives. Apparently. Apparently? Truth is, I only just showed up myself. I don't know a whole lot more than you do, sir. You were summoned on short notice as well? Sure was. Right in the middle of my day off. I was at the office taking advantage of the peace and quiet to prepare for my next case. And then the boss himself caused you to the scene. Never a dull moment, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? The boss? Yeah,
Chief Prosecutor was right here in the park. Saw the whole thing. First chance he got, he yelled at the top of his lungs. Get Edward right away! He's the only man for the job! Something like that. I wish I could read. I see. Oh, they cordoned the perimeter of the park off as soon as it happened. You'll be happy to know. So our would-be assassin is still here somewhere. Good. Now, all you gotta do is find them in the middle of that crowd before they strike again. You're right, we don't know what else our culprit might be planning. These people are in danger. That guy at the very bottom looked kind of suspicious. The little gray-haired man. We don't have a moment to lose, let's begin with the basics. And search every inch of the crime scene for clues, no matter how insignificant they may seem. Precisely. The president was shot at, which means a gun was involved. That's our first clue. Security was tight for the president weighing speech, but he was still shot at somehow. Alright, duly noted. Detective Gumshoe, how exactly was security details surrounding the president's speech organized? Well, sir, our offices were mainly focused on securing the perimeter of the park. The president's people took charge of the rest. He has his own team of bodyguards. See those guys over there? Maybe we should ask them a few questions. If I want to talk with them, I'll need to walk over and press A. Can I go down? Sir! The president's bodyguards are over there! Ah, so they are. That's so funny, like, just like me walking down there is him like acknowledging like, oh, does he have a poor sense of direction? Maybe that's it. Maybe that's why I find that so funny. It's like it insinuates like he has like the worst sense of direction. I should walk up to the bodyguards and press A to talk to them. Is that all I'm allowed to do? Girl, let me go this way. Okay, fine. Can I help you? You're one of the president's bodyguards. We're already so close to him. Right? Correct? Could you tell me how his security detail was arranged during the speech? 2 of our senior operatives were attached to the president. The rest secured the stage. This isn't our first rodeo. Anything suspicious in that crowd and we would have spotted it right away. I see. So the president's security was tightly orchestrated for the duration of his speech. Event security, the president's security detail was on the watch throughout for anything suspect. Let's investigate further. We should speak with other witnesses and continue to look over the crime scene. We can't afford to leave any stone unturned. So that's how y'all go about it, huh? Sure, something seeing the pros at work. Can you share a little about what happens to that information once you've got a hold of it? Bystanders. This one seems persistent, but I can't afford to get distracted. Oop, a cop. Hey, Ruffles! I asked you a question, dang it! What happens next? Well, we put all the information together and try to find connections, right, sir? Detective! Ah, don't be so hard on the poor guy. So, connections, you say. And what next? Well, I guess you'd say connect the dots, connect one piece of information to another? It's Mr. Edgeworth's forte. He's a logic master. I can view what information I have with L and then connect them with X. I should try it now. Just a quick press of L and we'll be down the path of logic. President was shot. Security was tight for the president. Living speech. So shot somehow. They were looking. Connect them. These are the only 3 things that we have that can be connected right now anyway. Despite the president's tight security, the perpetrator still managed to carry out their attack. Completely undetected by a contingent of highly trained bodyguards, no less. No mean feat. This would have taken some serious planning. In other words, the assassination attempt was almost certainly premeditated. Duh. Are not all assassination attempts premeditated? Has there ever been one that wasn't premeditated? Do you not have to think about that shit before you just do it? Like, in other words, the assassination attempt. Okay, the president was targeted during his speech. Premeditated attack. That's stuff, Mr. Edgeworth. The old logic never fails, huh? Indeed. All we need to do is find the right clues and make the right connections between them. Make the wrong connections, however, and will only wind up further from the truth. Which means I must make well-reasoned connections if I intend to draw logical conclusions. Begin investigation! Gort Lakeside Stage. Let's get this investigation started. Time to examine anything that looks suspicious. To examine things, I simply need to walk up to them and press A. If I wish to speak with the detective, I should use X. Yes, sir! Notice anything? Well, the rain stopped, and it was falling right up until the president got here. Even the mist is lifted. Barely a cloud in the sky. You sound disappointed, detective. I was supposed to be fishing, right here on this lake, in fact, and the big ones only come out when it's wet. But the park was sealed off for the president to visit, no regular use allowed. You know the rules. Nothing regular about reeling in a whopper, sir. This is gonna be special. I fear our ideas of special might be rather different. Irreconcilably so, in fact. This is what he thinks about at a time like this? I don't feel like we don't need to do that. I just wanted to hear about other stuff. Ooh, okay, here we go. No! No? Oh, what is... It was surprise. I was as surprised as you, sir, but there's no mistaking it. It's a Steel Samurai. Steel Samurai, warrior of Neo, Tokyo. It's a popular TV show. Old, young, it doesn't matter. It truly has something for everyone. Beats me why they had a Steel Samurai balloon at a welcome party for a foreign president. It's a little odd, although, now that I think about it, what better hero to represent our nation? I must scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. The flowers! These flowers are in full bloom. They look exotic, but I don't know the species. My favorite flowers are maybe... roses? Yeah, roses and lilies. Roses make me think of weddings. Ah, the romance. And lilies, well, that's funerals, I guess. Sad, but part of life, you know? True. True. It's no coincidence that both types of occasions tend to feature a free buffet, I imagine. Come on, sir, that's not fair. Don't talk shit about Gumshoe, that's my little dude. Oh, there's a bullet hole. Right there, the flag. It's a flag of Zhongfa. The key motive is a blazing red phoenix. Wait, what's that? Something the matter, sir? You don't see it, detective. There's something unusual about this flag. Compare it to the one on the other side of the stage, if you will. Oh, that's a beauty right there. Just look at it, flapping in the wind. It's immaculate. Exactly, which is how a flag should look. And yet, here we are. Here we are, and yet, here we see quite a different picture. One thing in particular stands out, don't you think? Right, of course, is it, I give up, come on, spill the beans. You can lead a horse to water. I'll just have to move the cursor to the problematic spot and highlight the difference with X. This is the problematic spot.
Take that!
Look closely. Do you see the hole? Whoa, look at that! You're right, sir. And note the burn marks around the edges. That's a bullet hole. There's no mistaking it. A bullet hole? So you're saying a bullet went through the flag? Flag with bullet hole located in the right of the stage, pierced by a bullet. Okay, we done? Yeah, we're done with that. Breaks your heart, don't it? It does. What villainy could have befallen him? Witness said he popped right about when the gun went off. That's interesting. So where was this balloon positioned to have that bullet hole go through that thick-ass balloon, that flag, and hit the president? Like, I have questions. Witnesses said he popped right about when the gun went off, which would strongly suggest that a bullet struck the balloon. But wasn't there only one bullet? Did they hear? I thought. Popped the moment the gun went off, pierced by a bullet? Looks like we got a case of cold-blooded samurai murder on our hands. It's a sacrilege. I won't rest until the culprit has been apprehended. Detective, we cannot let this vile assassin escape. We won't, sir. You can count on it. Steel Samurai balloon started out floating to the right of the lakeside stage, but has since been popped. I think I've gathered enough information for the moment. Time to put the pieces together and see what we can figure out. Okay, I'm just seeing if there's any more idle chatter we can have. Flag with a bullet hole, assassination attempt. I want to see if I can connect these. I probably can't, but I want to see if they're connected. They are! Ugh! I love when I'm doing good. There's a bullet hole in the flag, and it seems highly likely the balloon was popped by a bullet too. Which means 2 shots were fired, right, sir? Possibly even 3. The president was shot up as well, remember? Equally, the hole in the flag and the hole in the balloon could have been made by the same bullet. What we need to know is how many gunshots there were. No! My investigation wasn't complete! I'm a little upset. I have to go look around somewhere. Alright, on with the Ruffles! Ruffles! Y'all figured something out, huh? Care to share? Who exactly is she? And why does she keep shouting at us? Rubbernecker, I guess? Seems pretty interested in the case. Come on, give me some here! We do need to speak with some witnesses to find out how many gunshots there were. Fine, let's see if she can tell us anything. There y'all are! Tabby Lloyd, at your service. I'm looking into the case for, well, just for me right now, but... Looking into the case? Miss Lloyd, was it? Miss Lloyd, there's something I'd like to ask you. Well, when can you tell me? Any exclusive details you want to share? How about the perp? Have they made any demands? What about them ruffles? What does a feller have a cravat like that? Cravat?
Hold it!
Will you be quiet for a moment? I'm asking the questions here. Dang. And here I thought I could get me something juicy for my piece. Ace Attorney, been a while. Yeah, we're doing the Ace Attorney Investigations demo. We're on the 2nd demo now. You weren't here watching me struggle through. Been a while. I think I prefer Phoenix Wright, but that's just me. But I played the Apollo games, and I really like the Apollo games too. I need to know about the shooting. Can you tell me how many gunshots you heard? Why? I'm certainly... I beg your pardon? You can't just be handing out leads for free. That's my livelihood. Bro, what? That's our livelihood. Aw, come on, don't hold out on us. We all gotta share sometimes. But how are you, Neku? Welcome in. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. Me? Hold out on you? Well, if y'all are gonna be like that, I'll be moving right along. Goodbye. Well, wait for what exactly, huh? If you got nothing for me, I'm gone. We're fresh out of moves here. Out of moves? I wouldn't be so sure. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? As you know, Detective, I like to play a little chess. And what does one do in chess when an opponent adopts a defensive position? Why, the board offers any number of options. Some are more effective than others. Sorry, sir, but this is all going way over my head. No matter how impenetrable an opponent's defense may seem, it can always be overcome. Watch and learn, Detective, as I shatter my opponent's resolve with the power of words. When attempting to draw out an entrenched opponent, one must simply employ certain tactics. Let's picture the board and see if we can anticipate our adversary's next move. Are you about to make me play chess? I don't know chess. What the fuck is this? I'm scared. No. Is that a timer? I hate being timed. Now we must analyze the state of play. Y'all ain't getting nothing out of me. Not until you give me something in return. My opponent has dug herself in deep. Her defenses won't be easily broken. But I can't afford to try her patience by taking too long to plot my next move. In other words, I must be concise not just of my strategy, but also of the passing of time. That said, I can't afford to waste words either. In fact, it can pay dividends not to. My opponent gets too agitated. If you're fixing to ask me something, will you dang well ask it already? I may be able to gain a tactical advantage by calmly biding my time. Oh my gosh. Then, when I see a crack in my opponent's armor, I pounce. I should begin by finding out what it is that she does. Alright, time to make my opponent my opening gambit. Mind chess? Commence? What is it that you do? Why don't you begin by telling me about what it is that you do? Sure, I can totally not do that. Think I don't know when to keep my mouth shut? That's my job. Is it now? So you do something you won't or can't tell anybody about? Shut up! I ain't no lawbreaker if that's what you're insinuating. I'm clearly hiding something. Don't you see? There's nowhere left to hide. Huh? I'm not really sure what you're getting at here, Ruffles. Curses. I should have picked my words more wisely. Girl, I can't do this. It's more effective to bide my time the more agitated or upset my opponent becomes. And when they're vulnerable, that's the time to go on verbal offense, girl. Okay. I'm a law-abiding everyday citizen, and you got no reason to say otherwise. Forgive me, I meant nothing by it. If it's something you can't tell me about, I imagine it must be very important work indeed. Huh? Well, sure, I guess. Leastways, it will be once I bag me my first big scoop. What is that about, scoops? I see, it's a scoop you're after. So you're a journalist, is that correct? Dang! Sure. I'm your friendly neighborhood reporter. The hungriest cub on the beat. That's the mystery of what she does for a living solve. Perhaps our hungry young cub has gathered information vital to the case. Let's make that our next line of inquiry. Okay. At least I got my time back. With the opponent's moves concluded, the mid-game approaches. What else does she have to tell us? Find out what she knows. Where were you at the crime scene? At the time of the incident, were you present at the scene of the crime? Come on now, Ruffles. You ain't gonna give little Tabby something first. Absolutely not. And I'm giving you none either. You think I'm a sucker? Think again. Bide my time? Come on, this is my career we're talking about here. You gotta give me something. Sadly, the more you know, the more you might find yourself in danger. I ain't scared. I'm a pro. Takes more than the sound of a little gunfire to faze me. You heard gunfire? You may be a pro as you put it, but I'd say you're still a little wet behind the ears. You say you heard gunfire, which proves you were here at the time of the crime. Therefore, you must have seen something. Double dang. Fine. I was here. I saw it. I'm the reporter on the big speech. Wound up reporting on the shooting. And you won't get no more out of me than that. And I'm done with your tricks, Ruffles. If she came to report on the event, she must have a record of some kind. Record I would very much like to get my hands on. This is quite the clue as to where to take the conversation next. You're a reporter, which means you must have been making a record of some kind. You got more questions, you gotta give me some first. That's the deal. I'm not in the habit of making deals. Now tell me what I need to know. Sorry, Ruffles, can't help you. Time to deploy my clue. You must have a record of your reporting. And no self-respecting reporter would leave the house without a means of putting things on the record. So tell me, Miss Lloyd, where's yours? Of course I made a record. I told you, I'm a pro. Dang near wore my shoes out running around on this one. Which is why I'm not about to just hand it over to the first person who asks me. I'm not just anyone, young lady. I'm the prosecutor in charge of this case. Don't you young lady me. You ain't getting it, no matter how many times you ask. By the time. You understand, don't you, Ruffles? It ain't nothing personal. I understand that your job is a difficult one. You do? Well, ain't that sweet? And in such a competitive field, you must sometimes doubt you'll ever succeed. Nah, I'll go plenty far, I'm sure of it. Yeah. Just as long as I got my trusty tape recorder, I'll always be ready to nab me a scoop. I'm gonna buy the time again. Hey partner, this ain't no time for silent treatment, you hear? I'm a busy woman. Seems I misjudged that one. Oh, fuck. Okay. It's more effective to buy my time the more agitated or opponent seems. I have you now. Your last statement leaves you wide open. Huh? Oh, I'm fucked. I'm fucked. I can't. This is why I don't like chess. I don't like timers. We're screwed. I messed up. We messed up. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. We're about to lose. How you lose playing a demo is, if it's me, it's possible. Intriguing. A young reporter hungry for success. So you decided to craft that to leave such an important event unrecorded would be unthinkable. And indeed, she did not. She committed the entire event to tape. Oh, dang it. This is my scoop. You're messing with my big break. Fine, sure. I recorded the whole darn thing. It's all right here. You got me. Okay? Checkmate. Oh, did I win? I won. Mind chess. Checkmate. Surprise. You're something else, Ruffles. I was trying to be all strong and silent, but you had me singing like a canary. Girl, I was about to lose. You were about to win. Don't even give me any praise for that. Never mind that. Now play us the tape. They should finally tell us how many shots were fired. Fine. You can hear it, but I got conditions. You played me like a fiddle, Ruffles. Only the chief ever played me so good. So you gotta agree to be chief number 2 and be mentor to a rising star, aka me. Chief number 2, huh? Kinda like a second parent. That's a big responsibility, sir. And one more thing. I'm exclusive reporting rights for the first 24 hours. Come on, you gotta say yes. What kind of mentor wouldn't give his star people the exclusive, huh? She's a difficult woman to refuse, and I need to hear that recording. 24 hours is more than I can promise. The story's yours until the case is solved. And the job of chief number 2? I think not. You're no fun. But I guess a girl can't have everything. All for the sake of the scoop, huh? Alright, you got yourself a deal. I got exclusive access starting right this second, Ruffles. Good. Then our first order of business is to listen to that tape. Honored friends and allies, I am here today to deliver a message. The odious criminals that dodged my beloved nation... That dogged? Not dodged. The odious criminals that dogged my beloved nation are no more. The president's speech. The president passionately addresses the assembled crowd, as if trying to shake off the reports of his declining popularity by sheer force of will. Up there's me. I can't be a little live commentary to set the scene. The meeting is scheduled for just after the speech, correct? He seems pretty pleased to be able to put the whole Yatagarasu situation behind him. As well he should be. This is a great day for all of us. Whose voices are these? Oh, there are these 2 old guys standing right in front of me. They were whispering away to each other the whole darn time. I know their voices from somewhere. Wait, the part where the gun goes off is right after this. The president thrusts his fist into the air as the excitement reaches fever pitch. Wow. The battle against evil rages on. Here, today, I make you the solemn promise. We shall crush the wicked with this righteous hammer of justice. Only 2. What the? Miss Lloyd's tape data jotted down in my organizer. A recording of President's speech. 2 gunshots can clearly be heard. So, 2 shots were fired. I could have just continued to say gunshots. Don't know what I'm doing in my brain. Yep, and that tells us something. Something very important indeed. It allows us to deduce the trajectory of one of our bullets. One of the 2 shots fired. One hit the president, which means the other must have passed through both the flag and the balloon in that order. Which, as you can see, allows us to deduce the position of our shooter. Does it? The only possible place from which the bullet could have been fired through the flag and into the balloon is... I don't know, somewhere like over here, right? Not over here, but like... I don't understand. So this is the balloon and this is the flag. If it's going, but like, why would they shoot it this way? You know, if they're aiming for the president here. So how would they go back between this? I'm confused. I'm confused. Help, I'm confused. It's not making sense to me. I need to see something. No. I'm cheating. I am.
Take that!
I am cheating. Drawing a line between the flag and the balloon gives us the trajectory of one of our bullets. But like, why? I don't understand why it went over there. And places our shooter on the left-hand side of the Spectre area. Extrapolations from bullet trajectories suggest that the two shots were fired from the left side of the Spectre area. Bullet trajectory. I'm sorry, I had to cheat, or else we would have been here forever. You're a genius, Mr. Edgeworth. Detective Gumshoe. I need to examine the left side of the spectator area. I keep saying Spectre. Oh my gosh. Roger that, sir. So, you need me to clear all those people out of the way, I guess? I do, and what evidence remains to be found may already be deteriorating. So I'll need you to be quick about it. Yes, sir. Chief, hey, I'm talking to you, Chief. I suppose you mean me, Miss Lloyd? I surely do. You gotta help me help out. This stuff's my forte. I'm the best crowd herder you ever did see. I'll prod, pummel, and push him wherever you like. Very kind offer, but I think a less hands-on approach might be preferable. Also, about this chief business. I'm nobody's chief. Whatever you say, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Your wish is my command. I somehow doubt that. Okay, that's what we're getting from that. Okay, a flag. Here you go, sir. It's all ready for you. Miss Lloyd here cleared everybody out just like that. You should have seen it. Oh, you ain't seen none. The chief, my other chief, that is, she sends them running twice as quick. She sounds like quite a formidable character. Perhaps I should go easier on the poor girl. Thank you. You really shouldn't have. All that running around. Your clothes are covered in mud. Allow me to pay for the cleaning. It's the least I can do. Huh? You my jacket? Oh, don't you be worrying. You're afraid a little head about that. It's reversible. All you gotta do is switch it around and alakazam. No more dirt. That's not true. On the outside, perhaps, but you'd still have something of a problem with the inside. Exactly. And now your shirt's gonna be dirty. And now you're doubly dirty. Ready to get back to the investigation whenever you are, sir. The car has trampled the entire area. We'll be lucky to find any traces of our shooter at all. Oh, it's Homeboy. For Lake Spectator area. Can we go back up? Nope, they won't let me. See this white-haired man down here? I don't trust him. He looks suspicious. A cup. About the incident. You say you attended today's ceremony in order to gather material for your article of some kind. You bet I did. It ain't that kind of thing that happens every day. And when did the ceremony begin? Right after the rain stopped. We got lucky. It was raining all morning before that. Anyhow, the president's plane touched down right around 1:45. And the speech started at 2 on the nose. What about the shooting? It must have been maybe 20 after? So 20 minutes after the ceremony began? Yeah! Shots rang out, tearing through the air that only moments before had been alive with cheers. Then tragedy. The president dropped to the floor, felled by an unknown assassin's bullet. It's 2:25 p.m. on March 25th, and I've been reporting to you live from the scene here at Gourd Lake. What was that all about? Sorry, just making some voice notes. Gotta get those ideas down the second they come into the old noggin, you know? Every day you get to report on the assassination of a president after all. It's dramatic, it's emotional, so he's dead? It's got everything I need to write an article that puts the readers right there on the scene. I hate to see the evidence. Current president attempt. Okay, so he's not dead. And the president really dropped to the floor. Officers on the scene said his bodyguards escorted him straight onto the presidential plane. Hey, I can't blame you for getting a little carried away now, can ya? I better take any testimony she gives with a good-sized pinch of salt. Stop it, calling me a reporter and all. It's kind of weird when somebody else says it. Still, tabloid, reporter at large. Does have kind of a ring to it, don't you think? But you are a reporter, correct? Sure am. A reporter in training. Have you had any articles published? Takes a look up my work, huh? Well, that might be tricky. And yet you call yourself a reporter nonetheless. Well, I soon will be, won't I? That's right here. This right here has been a big old scoop. No mistaking about it. And I got the whole thing on tape. Didn't miss a second. And all thanks to my trusty mic and even trust your tape machine. I'm about to set the journalistic world on fire just like my mentor before me. Your mentor? You know the chief, Ruffles? My mentor? My inspiration? No, but you have mentioned her repeatedly. Did I? Can't really say I remember. What kind of reporter forgets a thing like that? Well, it's just like the chief always says. You gotta treat information as irresponsibly as you can. And what kind of mentor says that? Correct. What kind of mentor says that? That's crazy. Who is her mentor? Oh, yeah, you should have heard her the day she gave me this here tape machine. You be sure and bag yourself the juiciest, sleaziest scoop you can now, you hear? Wonderful. So you're the kind of reporter who sees fire under the faintest trace of smoke. Nah, I'm the kind of reporter who puffs out the fire until the smoke about chokes you. How is it any better? I'm just gonna present my badge to you. Hey, I've heard about these. How come it ain't stuck to your jacket or whatever? Because that's not the custom. It is too. All lawyers wear them. I done seen it. So, what's the story with yours? No comment. Guess these little egos gotta make themselves feel superior to us regular folks somehow. I would like it to be on the record that I make no such comment. Still can't believe that they handed me the chance to bag myself a real scoop. So it was this article that brought you here today. You bet it was. I've been prepping for days now. 2 whole days, in fact. So a member of the media had to rely on the media to find out about this event. Hey, I'm still getting started in this here business. If you give me a little more to work with next time, maybe I'll be on the scene sooner. He certainly doesn't lack for tenacity. The prosecutor delves into his pocket, and considerably fumbling, he reveals, sorry, you don't have to help me out here, Ruffles. Never mind, I guess she knows nothing about that. Hey, you never did pay me for this here vital evidence. Alright, let's get some basics down first. Favorite food? Favorite drink? Oh, it's gotta be tea. Mr. Edward loves tea. He even has his own special blend at the office. Well now. So our prosecutor likes to put on airs and graces. Airs and graces. And why is the detective answering on my behalf? Who better, sir? There's nothing I don't know about you after all. Oh, is that so? Tell me more. Don't you dare, detective. Okay. Yes, sir? Notice anything? All these flashing lights are clicking cameras. Why do they need pictures of the crowd anyhow? Stupid noisy news hounds. Well, it is a rather newsworthy event, detective. Don't let them get to you. If they're taking your picture, sir, and mine. I never signed away my image rights, and neither did you. Wait there, I'll be right back. He ran off before I could stop him. Now he's looking for whoever photographed him, and annoying everybody else in the process. Will he ever stop finding new ways to surprise me? They're in love. Are they gonna... Hold on, let me see. Is there new stuff to say here? Dispatch design is said to reflect the relentless discipline of all that shit. Executives of sentencing, summer, winter, blah blah, blue blue. Yeah, okay, this is the same as the other one. This thing's pretty small. You don't lose it. You don't lose it at all the time. The sacred symbol of my office? No, detective, I do not. Guess it's a good thing I'm no prosecutor, huh? I have lost 100 this week alone. I mean, I lose my badge at least that often. That's quite a talent. No, it's gonna rain. I mean, it rained yesterday. I was not a fan of it. Like, it was hot and it rained. Ugh. Ugh. Feel it, Mr. Edgeworth, but like, at least it cooled off a bit. I think. You weren't showing me that for no reason, were you? I know the first thing about that. And yet, that doesn't seem to bother you at all. I can't keep up with the Steel Samurai. All that spin-offs, the different versions? Detective, this balloon is clearly based on the original first-generation Steel Samurai. Anyone with even a passing familiarity with the show should know that. Not me, sir. Sorry. They all got 2 eyes, a nose, a mouth. As do all human beings, detective. Well, that's not entirely true. Yeah, but humans don't have silver skin. He's clearly not a man of culture. Not him calling him a swine, an uncultured swine. Good one, Mr. Edgeworth. I think. Okay, yeah. Does this mean anything to you? Okay, yeah, no. I just wanted to show him shit. Okay, let's investigate. Man, the lens is cracked. What am I gonna do? The circuit board's hanging out. The whole thing's spitting sparks. It's like a fireworks show in there. Probably not a good idea to touch it, I guess. Definitely not. Fireworks can be deadly, right, sir? This isn't exactly rocket science, detective. The cameraman is clearly otherwise occupied. Perhaps I can talk to him later. The television truck appears to be stuck in the mud. Reminds me of the time I pushed your car out of the ditch, sir. Then you just drove away and left me there. Gotta admit, it felt kind of lonely. Did I do that? I think I might have. Edgeworth, you terrible person. How could you leave my baby boy alone like that? You came back though, Mr. Edgeworth. Only left me there in the mud for maybe 15 minutes. I know you'd never forget about me, sir. Of course I wouldn't. Barring those 15 minutes anyway. Barring those 15 minutes. You even gotta pick through the trash yourself? A prosecutor's life ain't easy, huh? Detective Gumshoe. Right away, sir! The faithful detective scrambles through the garbage as the prosecutor looks on, his hands unblemished. Let's see now. Come to Papa, little treasures. Is he enjoying himself? That's actually so cute. Like, ew, gross, but also how adorable. Bingo, a popsicle stick. Gotta love the jokes they put on these. No! It's so cute! Detective! Sorry, sir. Relevant evidence. Relevant evidence. Huh? I think we got something. Good work, detective. Let's take a closer look, shall we? Pipe. By examining a piece of evidence from all angles, we can uncover hidden details. You sure can. Just tell me which way you want it, sir. Oh. Don't take that out of context. You can rotate the items with R. If you want, I can move closer or further away too. I can use the buttons that we have discussed in the first demo. And when you spot something, just say the word. Find suspicious areas with the cursor and press A to inspect more closely. Alright, let's see what we can discover. Oh, I didn't mean to open it. It was not my intent to open it. Let's cover it for Lakeside now. Eyes on this area. Rook's reposition in light of Knight's injury. Might to immediately escort President to plane in case of emergency. Stay frosty. We know who might be in the audience. Interesting. This is a document of some kind. What are we looking at here? Presidential security plan? It's a diagram of the president's security arrangements. It shows how the president's bodyguards were positioned. It even has his people's names on it. Does it? Where? Rook and Knight. So his bodyguards aren't natives of Zhonghua. heard he uses some private security firm. But why not employ people from his own country? Why not? Y'all want to hear a little tabloid exclusive? You really know something? Sure do. I was over at their embassy not so long back, sniffing out a story. Well, I'm there, one of my sources tells me, oh, the president's got more enemies, and you got hairs on your head, including a bunch of bigwigs in the national police force. Ooh, interesting. So he's unable to trust his own domestic law enforcement. I wonder if one of his enemies could have been behind the attempt on his life. Security plan, jot it down. A diagram of the president's security arrangements, almost certainly classified. But what was it doing dumped there in the back? Here is an interesting point. It's a document relating to a matter of national security. It would surely be highly classified. Huh? Hey! There's something else in here. A gun! My! What's a gun doing in here? Sir, this bag. It's gotta belong to the... Yes. It could well have been disposed of by our would-be assassin. A revolver. It would have taken a lot of nerve to dump it in here amid all the chaos. Found in a trash can. Not easy to acquire in this country. 6-shoot recover... Just say revolver recovery. I can't read. Could this be the work of a professional? That would explain the security plan, too. I swear, people are always dying by guns in this country. You say it's not, but it's either poison or guns now. I think we need to take a very close look at our latest find. I'm just talking about like in the Ace Attorney series. This part is called the grip. I caught a few guns in my time, though they've never felt quite right in my hand. This one is no exception. Okay, they're probably gonna make me do that. Can we look down the eye of it or whatever? This is a laser sight. It can be lined up with a target to make aiming a bit easier. If I press this here. Yep, definitely a red laser. Could the assassin have used a laser sight to target the president? Two spent bullets in the cylinder, matching the 2 gunshots heard on the recording. That proves it! This must be the weapon that was used. Revolver data, jot it down in your organizer. Found on the trash can on the left side of the spectator area, fitted with a laser sight, 2 spent bullets. The bag was a real find, huh? Just goes to show, a bag in the hand is worth 2 in the trash. Nice work, detective. Now, there's something else I'd like to ask you, if you don't mind. I need you to take the bag and the gun to forensics and see if they can find any prints. On it, sir! A good set of fingerprints could really help this investigation along. Got the results for you, sir. That was fast. that was quick. You bet it was. For the text, it was ultra super high priority. But, they came up empty-handed. And they checked everywhere. Inside and outside, top to bottom, sir. He even took the bullets out of the gun and dusted them. I should have known it wouldn't be that easy. Okay, so I can't do anything with this flag. Can I do anything else here? Oh, this tree? This wooden sign. Oh, it's the sign. This wooden sign looks almost brand new. I imagine it was placed here recently. What's it say? 50 yards to the Gordy Museum. And 70 yards to the, never mind. What's the matter, detective? Just read it, will you? 70 yards to the boathouse. It feels like a million years since the whole sorry affair unfolded. Fond memories, detective. Yeah. Fond memories, sir. Bro, I do not remember what you guys are talking about. However, hey, bestie! Well, that's quite a situation, wouldn't you say, Mr. Edgeworth? Who is he again? It's Payne, Mr. Edgeworth, Winston Payne. We work together at the prosecutor's office. He's a prosecutor? What brings you here today, Mr. Payne? What indeed? But only the invitation of the chief prosecutor himself. His voice. I recognized it from the tape recording. Was he the one of the men who was standing in front of Mrs. Lloyd? And where is the chief prosecutor? He had to leave, I'm afraid. He's a busy man. They let him, and only him, out through the cordon. So he had me summoned on short notice and then left before I even showed up. Rude. He talks to the cameraman now. You're with one of the news channels. Huh? Yep. Can I help you? You must have footage of the event. Do you mind if I take a look? Ah, wish I could help you, but that might be a little tricky. And why is that, pal? You got a problem with doing your civic duty or something? No, it's just that my camera was knocked over in all that panic. And I can't get it to work. That footage would have helped immensely. Just our luck. What the? You look like you need a little help, Mr. Edgeworth. I know that voice. Hey, who the fuck is Kay? I like her hair, though. Why does she do all that? Honestly, I leave you alone for 2 seconds, but don't worry, your hero's here to save the day. That's right, the one, the only Kay Faraday. Hero? Only you would give yourself a title like that. So you're not a great thief anymore? Oh, okay, spoilers. Spoilers. Not right now, but it's not like I quit. I'm just on sabbatical. I'm taking time out for some intensive training. Being the second Yatagarasu doesn't come easy. Kay helped me out on a few occasions about 2 weeks ago when I was working a case. Yatagarasu sends card to embassy. The case of the Yatagarasu, mysterious thief who seemed to appear and disappear at will, and who claimed only to steal the truth. She calls herself the second Yatagarasu, the successor to the so-called Great Thief. There's not a lock I can't open and a trap I can't escape. And when it comes to stealing, well, I'm still in training, but I'll get there soon enough. What are you doing here, Kay? What do you think I'm doing? I've been enjoying the festivities, of course. I suppose she did mention being fond of such things. And afterwards, I was thinking of dropping by your office to see you guys. No, I don't have to. Good to see you, kiddo. You're as bright and as breezy as ever. Hey, dummy. How you been? You're looking pretty full of beans yourself. So, Kay, are you really here to save the day? Yeah. prepare for your jaw to hit the floor. Your best pal in the world here only went and took pictures of the whole shebang. Did you now? Then you'd better show them to me. Wow, your jaw didn't even drop an inch. What's a girl do to impress you, huh? I know, right? Mr. Prosecutor is here about as much as fun as a dang toothache. Won't even let me call him Chief. Oh, but I'm forgetting my manners. Tabby Lloyd, ace reporter, at your service. Nice to meet you, Tabby. You're right, he's no fun at all. This one time, you two can chat later. Okay, can I see those pictures? Boo! Fine. Here. Ooh! Wait, hold on. Hold on. The guy on the right, I feel like he's from the Ace Attorney games, like the other ones, like the Phoenix Wright ones. I remember him. He was like a magician or something, or an ace detective, or pretending to be. He was some guy. He was important. I took this one right when the gun went off. It was total chaos. People running everywhere. The president and his 2 bodyguards. These guys don't look like the ones that were standing outside the presidential plane, but they could be different ones. The names on the security plan were Knight and Rook, I think. What's that? What do you mean, what's that? That down his head? Thank you indeed, Kay. I think you provided us with a vital clue. Now, how did we get these pictures so fast? Is this a digital camera? Hooey! Your eyes just lit up like a dang Christmas tree. What? Trees. Hello, Mr. Edgeworth. Here, tell the readers what you spotted. Contradiction. Oh? Huh? A what now? I don't see nothing strange. Why do they have suitcases? And why are they open? Not suitcases, briefcases. That's a big ass dot, too. Allow me to show you. This picture shows the moment of the incident, but another piece of evidence shows something different. I need to highlight the point of contradiction, and then employ my powers of deduction. First, to find the contradiction in the photograph. Wasn't he shot in his chest, I thought? Yes, this is it. I simply press X to make my deduction. Deduce. Now request evidence that proves the contradiction. It's gotta do with his bullet wound. Security plan, bullet trajectory. I want to say it's this. I'm wrong. You say so, sir. I can't see anything myself. You don't see it? Something so obvious? It's a contradiction in itself. Why am I bad at this? Why am I bad at this? Okay, yeah. A mistake, I have done no such thing. And I'll prove it to you. I've already located the contradiction between this photograph and the evidence.
Eureka!
Is it this? Look closer at the picture of the president in this newspaper clipping. If you would, Miss Lloyd. Look at Kay's photograph. Compare the two carefully. Huh? What am I looking for? What are you looking for? Well, I'll be. Indeed, there's something on the president's forehead. Something that wasn't there in the other picture. I mean, yeah, I noticed it, but was that the thing that was supposed to? Damn. Maybe I'm jumping too far ahead. Maybe I'm going too far ahead. Like I'm already like 2 steps ahead, and then I'm like 1 step behind once we get to where we need to go. What is that? Some kind of birthmark? Yeah, guy's got a big red birthmark right in the middle of his forehead. Does he? I highly doubt a birthmark just sprang up there since the other picture was taken. Did he get bitten by a bug then, maybe? Yeah, that's it. That's right there is a big old bug bite. And here I thought it was something important. The look on your face. You should know that the road to the truth is paved with just such seemingly trivial details. Oh, again with the face. Alright. Totally noted, Chief. Case photograph, data, jot it down in my organizer. Is it time to do some logic? It might be. My ear itches. Give me a second. Solve the mystery of the red birthmark. Really? So it wasn't a bug bite? No, what we were dealing with isn't something that would itch for a day and then disappear. It is, in fact, the beam of a laser sight. Then our killer was aiming to shoot the president square in the forehead? And shortly after this picture was taken, a second shot rang out. Yeah, that's gonna do more than itch. Indeed, I think the president may be in even more danger than we thought. And that the gun we found was the weapon used in the crime. Revolver updated. Found the trash on the left side of the spectator area, fitted with a laser sight, used in attempt to murder. Why the purpose of laser sight though? He's right. You stand out like crazy using something like that. Pew pew pew! It's not like you can just go around shooting lasers all over the place. No, and anyone who saw it could trace it right back to the shooter. Seems like a pretty bad idea all around. Oh, I almost forgot. I took a couple more pictures. Maybe the laser sight's in one of them? It's a long shot, but it's worth a look at least. Alright, Kay, let's see those other pictures. Yes, sir! Right away, sir! Let's see. First up, here's one I took just before everything started going south. Ooh! It's on Payne's back. It might be more useful. It might be more useful to us if the half of the frame was taken up with your face. Hey, can you blame me for wanting to get a selfie with the president? Lucky for you, this is right before the gun went off. And this one I showed you before is from just after the first shot was fired. The second shot came just seconds after this. Then there's... Oh, the red hoodie guy, okay. What's this? I can hardly see anything. I got knocked over when everyone started running right after that last picture. Guess I must have pressed the shutter by accident. Not sure this is gonna be much use, kid. And that's all of them. Case photographs updated. 3 photographs taken before, during, and after. I thought that was 4. Time to take a closer look. Let's examine the pictures from before the shooting. Is there any hint of the laser in this picture? There is.
Take that!
I see it. What is it, sir? Look closely at the person with the red hood. Whoa! There it is! She's so pretty. I love her design. Indeed. That's our laser sight right there. So that's our perp. The one in the red hood must be the shooter, yes. We found them! All thanks to yours truly. Indeed. You led us right to the greatest treasure of all, Mr. Great Thief, the truth. You may have captured our would-be assassin in one of your other pictures, too. Let's take another look. Our red-hooded suspect could be in another of these photographs from after the shooting. Is the person with the red hoods here somewhere? Yeah, they're right there. Objection! Look! Right there! A red jacket. That must be our suspect. Looks like they took advantage of the confusion to make their getaway. Luckily, we can see exactly where they were headed. Ah! The samurai dog stand! Precisely, which means they escaped towards the right-hand side of the spectator area. Detective Gumshoe! On it, sir! Consider it clear. Good. I'm counting on you. Ooh, who is this? Is it Phoenix Wright, do you think? We have you now, my little Red Riding Hood. The entire park is cordoned off, and we know which way you went. Now it's simply a matter of hunting you down. Now, let's continue our investigation. There's evidence here somewhere. All you have to do is find it. Oh. Not the dongo. Can we talk to Kay? Kay! Hey, girl! Hey, Mr. Edgeworth! Kay Faraday. Did you like my big entrance? But I really am your hero now, huh? Well, your evidence helps things along, certainly. Hey, I'm the second Yatagarasu, remember? All a day's work. Kinda wish I could have showed you how far I've really come with the whole Great Thief thing, though. The training you mentioned, about that. Don't worry, I haven't sold anything yet. I promise. Great Thief. So the whole Great Thief thing is just on hold? For now, anyway. That's a relief, I suppose. Yeah, I wanted to get out there and start stealing back the truth like my dad. Oh, your dad. Who's your dad? Sorry, I'm moving the cord. It's been bothering me. But I've still got a ways to go with my training, and I need to find some partners in crime. I hope she means that figuratively. I can't be the only girl in the world looking to pull off the most daring heist ever attempted. True. But not many people are looking to pull off a career in larceny either, I'd wager. About the incident. Girl, what do you know? Yep, no doubt about it. If you compare the fake I took in the newspaper clipping. The red birthmark stands out like a sore thumb. That's a contradiction, alright. Indeed. Though I very much doubt it's due to a birthmark suddenly appearing. Oh, that reminds me. I meant to steal that line of yours. The road to the truth is paved with seemingly trivial thefts. Funny, I don't remember that being the exact sequence of words I used. Why just rob a house when you can rearrange the furniture too? You may call it rearranging, but I call it irretrievably corrupting? Okay. Words to me. Do I feel like presenting stuff to you? Actually, no, I don't. Actually, you know what? I do. How do you feel about this balloon? The Steel Samurai's great and all, but everybody knows it's all about the Jammin' Ninja these days. Running around in old-timey Japan, having amazing adventures, singing cool songs. He's the best. Is he the one who isn't even an actual ninja? That's it. He used the power of his amazing ninja songs to become a superstar. Maybe I should give it a try. The Singing Thief. What do you think? A singing thief would be arrested in a heartbeat, which is a good reason not to stop her, I suppose. That's a cool badge. Very severe. As it should be, after all, it symbolizes both the sanctity of the strictness of the law. Yeah, well, my badge symbolizes, love, justice, peace, courage, duty, and compassion. And what about your beloved truth? Hey, I'm a great thief. I totally sympathize. If you feel you gotta grab something, you should just go ahead and grab it, even if it's worthless. She doesn't seem to think much of my little treasure. Okay, yeah, same thing. I just want to know if she's gonna have opinions about other stuff. Nothing about the gun. Not her calling her own picture shit. It's the hand of the snail. It's the hand of the snail. It's the hand of the steel samurai balloon, or rather, the fan in the hand that's holding it. Mr. Edgeworth, there's no dying message here, sir. Why would there be? The president isn't dead. Not from the president, from the steel samurai. Let me break this to you gently, detective. The steel samurai is here is just a balloon. But you've said it yourself 1,000 times. Every piece of evidence has a tale to tell. Tale to tale. Which means the steel samurai must have something to tell us too. Dare I delve into what else you've misconstrued? She's in my way. Girl, move. I must scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. Ooh, a button. What's this? A red button. Hey, do you think? Red button seems to be torn off something found near the samurai dog stand. Could it have been dropped by a red-hooded suspect? Yes, it certainly seemed likely. A shoe! A cup! Petals? Lantern? $3 for a dog? It's a flimsy-looking food stand made of plywood and sells samurai dogs. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, I got $1.50 if, you know. You're not actually suggesting I subsidized you eating on the job. Oh, I didn't mean to. That is, maybe when we're done? Fine. When we have finished investigating, you can have one. And only one, understood? Sorry, sir, I never should have. Wait, you say I could have one? Yes. Why is something the matter? No, it's just, I wasn't expecting you to. Thanks, sir! Okay, there's nothing to be said here. Ooh, hold on. What's this at the bottom? There's something red down there. Detective Gumshoe, can you see what that is under the stand, please? There's something down there, alright. Let's see. A red raincoat! This must be the one the suspect is wearing! They must have taken it off and hid it under there before they made their escape. Seemingly discarded by the person in a red hoodie. In the red hood, found under the samurai dog stand. Okay, we can investigate that. I want to look at the other stuff. Now with what? Salmonella, is that what that says? It says samurai dogs, now with Sakura relish. Okay, that's not where I was going. Just in time for spring. Sakura, huh? What does that taste like? Well, Sakura is cherry blossom, so I guess maybe cherries? But blossoms are blossoms and cherries are cherries, sir. They're totally different things. But, they're right, I suppose. So what does Sakura really taste like? This is kind of a mystery. A great mystery that didn't need to be solved. One game for $3. A hat, a button. Okay, let's take a look at this raincoat now. The sleeve, it's inside out. This button is missing too. The right sleeve is inside out and a button is missing. Oh, are we not? Is there something still to be looked at here? Here. There's nothing unusual about the left sleeve. Nope, it's not inside out and the button's still attached. It seems entirely too neat to have been removed in a hurry and thrown on the ground. So is there something else I should be looking for? Unsure. Should I try applying some logic? The button was found. The button, blah, 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 blah. The button we found seems to have come from this raincoat. It must have been pulled loose when the killer took it off. Huh? Sleeves, right sleeves inside out too. Seems that it was removed in a hurry, fast enough to tear a button off, no less. I surmise our assassin disposed of their gun and bag in the trash immediately after shooting at the president. Then they slipped into the panicked crowd and moved from the left to the right side of the Spectre area. This was because they knew the trajectory of the bullet would point to a shooter on the left side. Finally, they removed the raincoat and hid it under the samurai dog. The killer would have needed to get rid of the coat as soon as possible, hence its hurried removal. The fact that the right sleeve is inside out is a testament to how quickly it was taken off. Yep, that and the missing button. The question, of course, is, why didn't the same thing happen to the left sleeve? Oh yeah, only the right sleeve is inside out. Indeed, and the button on the left sleeve is still secured attachedly. So, what does this mean, Mr. Edgeworth? If we're to answer the question, Detective, we'll need to inspect the raincoat in more detail. Ooh, mud. Let's take a closer look at the inside of the raincoat. Detective Gumshoe! Yes, sir! A blood! The right sleeve is inside out. You can clearly see where the button was torn off. Yes, whoever discarded this raincoat did so in quite a hurry. I don't want to touch the blood yet. I want to look more. It's a bright red raincoat, sir. Red as red can be. The sight of it is getting me kind of fired up, I gotta say. Quite the raging bull, aren't you, Detective? That's me, sir. I'm always ready to charge into action. Yes, or to my defense. Can I say anything else about this raincoat? No. Oh. It's like, I don't know why it's giving Parappa the Rapper. I don't know why. But it is. This is a bloodstain? And considering where it's located, I'd say the blood belongs to our would-be assassin. So we're looking for someone with an injury. Not just an injury, Detective. An injury on their left arm. Huh? How do we know that? It's simple. The right sleeve is inside out, suggesting that the suspect removed the raincoat in a hurry. Conversely, the left sleeve is just as we would expect it to be. Therefore, the suspect's left arm was never in the sleeve in the first place. And once we understand that, everything else falls into place. Now, Detective, there's a bloodstain on the left side lining of the raincoat because the suspect's arm was too injured to fit through the sleeve. Precisely. Or at least we can say that there is a good probability that that was the case. Red raincoat has been updated. There's blood on the inside. The person who was wearing it must have an injured left arm. The pieces are starting to fall into place. Investigation complete. Now it's only wrong once. Detective Gumshoe, I need you to go and search the crowd for likely suspects. Yes, sir! Suspicious characters with injured left arms coming right up. You're even smarter than you look, Ruffles. Taking all them itty-bitty pieces and putting them together like that, you have your man in no time. That's Mr. Edgeworth for you. The park is still cordoned off, so our would-be assassin should be in that crowd somewhere. Don't let me down, Detective Gumshoe. On March 25th, 3:27 p.m., Gourd Lake, Spectator area. I'm never gonna get over that. Mr. Edgeworth, we found someone who fits the bill perfectly, sir. Waiting out the assassin, Gummy. Hold on, Kay. It's almost too soon to be jumping to conclusions. For the moment, there's a person of interest and nothing more. Understood? Okay. No jumping. But he's our shooter, sir. Oh, sorry. That was Gumshoe. But he's our shooter, sir. I'm sure of it. He's the guy who tried to take out the president. In broad daylight, surrounded by a crowd of witnesses. This is no ordinary assassin. Bring him over here, Detective. Carefully. Yes, sir! Come on, boys! You heard Mr. Edgeworth! Suspicious man! Oh, why is his face stitched up? That's interesting. See, no, because, like, this design is also similar to the, Detective Man from the Phoenix Wright thingy. Forgot which game it was. No umbrella and a bandage on his left arm. Well, pal, state your name already. Doe. John Doe. Charmed, I'm sure. John Doe. Not a name you often hear in real life. That's correct. I know this man from somewhere. I'm sure of it. And you are Prosecutor Edgeworth? You know my name? Of course. I've been following the day's development with some interest. Now, perhaps you care to explain why you've asked to speak with me? As you've been following our investigation, you're no doubt already aware of who we're looking for. So let me ask you, do you recognize this raincoat by any chance? Forgive me, but I'm afraid I do not. I see. Well, I believe its owner to be the would-be assassin we are seeking. At first I was like, did his ice cream just speak? This is like a beak, little beak move. What is that? Why is it rolling like that? That doesn't seem like ice cream. My, well, isn't that just shocking? And the same would-be assassin happens to have an injured left arm, just like you. All I can tell you is that I had nothing to do with this unfortunate affair. The two adversaries stare each other down, their eyes like deadly lasers. Can you tell the readers what happens next? A showdown, that's what. A battle of wits, a battle of words. Did I let him explain any further what he thinks his upcoming battle will entail? Sure, let the man blather on. In a battle of wits, you never know if or when the other guy might be lying or just plain mistaken. But if you spot an inconsistency in a statement of theirs, you gotta present the evidence that proves it. Let's take a look at their evidence. We haven't seen it in a while. Let's refresh our memory. Newspaper clipping. Special report. Let's take a look. Yes, nice. Still samurai balloon? Yes. Started out floating to the right on the lakeside stage, but has since been popped. Miss Lloyd's tape recordings. These are the voice notes. I don't know why I'm looking at this as if I'm gonna look at it. And what if there ain't no inconsistencies to find? Then you change tack. Press for more information to see what you can shake loose. Indeed, I can press my opponent with L. Why don't you show us how it's done, Mr. Edgeworth? Stepping up to bat, our nation's top prosecutor. Once I'm able to quietly gather my thoughts, yes. Doe's deposition. I can understand why whoever wore that raincoat would be of interest to you. But you have no proof that this person's injured as you claim. My left arm may be injured, but I can still use my right. When it started raining, I simply opened my umbrella, no raincoat required. So you contend that you were not wearing a raincoat, is that correct? It is, and it's not so strange. Not everyone wears one, after all. I happen to prefer an umbrella. Team raincoat over here. They're perfect for when a girl really needs to move. Heck, I don't use either. Come rain, sleet, snow, or shine, it's my trusty Parker every time. Not exactly the line of inquiry I was hoping to pursue. So you see, I am not your would-be killer. And I'm not in the habit of making baseless accusations, Mr. Doe. Please, I'm just a simple ice cream salt. Oh my. Oh, interesting. Forgive me. My womb seems to have begun bleeding again, and all of the excitement. The owner of the raincoat is definitely our assassin. And said owner also has an injured left arm. I'm on to you, Mr. Doe. It's only a matter of time. Okay, let's press him. I can understand why whoever wore the raincoat would be of interest to you.
Hold it!
So you admit that whoever wore the raincoat is a person of interest? I know they are. I was able to follow most of your investigation from the spectator area. One never thinks one could get caught up in such an awful thing as an assassination. But you have no proof that this person's injured as you claim. I don't? I don't have proof? Oh, hold on. No, I wanted to press. I wanted to press. So you'd like to see some proof that the owner of the raincoat has an injury? I would certainly expect such a renowned prosecutor to have some. I still don't understand how you know who I am. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. You're famous. You probably read about you in the newspaper. I have also been observing you and your work, least you forget. I don't believe a word he says. If I can prove that he's lying, maybe we're one step closer to apprehending our shooter. Well, I mean, already on this statement, we do have proof, so I am gonna present evidence.
Objection!
Oh, we got our objection! You seem like a careful man, Mr. Doe, but not quite careful enough. After all, you left something behind, something of vital importance. I'm afraid you must have been confused with somebody else. The coat does not belong to me. Or, you would claim to have some kind of proof to support your accusation. Your arm isn't troubling you too much, I hope. You won't seem to be bleeding again. I'll survive, although I can't pretend it's not something of an inconvenience. Where the fuck did that ice cream cone go? You have my deepest sympathies, because if it wasn't bleeding quite so badly, you could have perhaps made a clean getaway. What exactly are you insinuating? As we have already established, whoever wore the raincoat is injured, and now I can prove the person was you. With this decisive piece of evidence, Jesus Christ, my delivery. Why is the ice cream sweating? Ew. I hate that so much. You see, Mr. Doe, there is a small amount of blood on the inside of this raincoat. Blood that belongs to our assassin. Ooh. I love how it came floating back down. And now it's sweating again. Attempted murder of a foreign leader, causing a diplomatic incident? They'll throw the book at you. You can give us the silent treatment all you like, but we don't need to talk. We don't need you to talk. A simple blood test will give us the answer we require. All it takes is for us to compare the blood on your bandages with that on the coat, and that will be all. We have the evidence. Why don't you make it easier for all of us and come clean? Admit you were the one who attempted to assassinate the president of Zhangfa. I am not your assassin. You're stubborn, I'll give you that. But if this were a game of chess, you'd already be in the checkmate. How do you do now? Do the honorable thing and admit defeat. He doesn't look like a man with no moves left to play. Very well, you have me. I'll admit it, I was wearing the raincoat. He confessed! Say the word and I'll stop the cuffs on him right now. But I did not shoot at the president. What? Mr. Edgeworth, the only thing you have proven is that I was wearing a particular raincoat, and as far as I'm aware, this is not a crime. It's not? No Deception Part 2. I am no assassin. I am a simple ice cream seller. One who happened to be wearing a red raincoat while watching the president speak. I was surprised as anyone when his bodyguards sprang to action and the shots rang out. They rang out? Okay. That's when the spectators panicked and started running and screaming for their lives. Now are you finally satisfied that I am telling you the truth? As if your story stinks. You don't scare me. The evidence is on our side, you know. Look, it's right there, plain as day. The assassin, and they're wearing a red coat. Intriguing, but that is not me. It's not? Oh, come on! Tell me, Mr. Edgeworth, do you really think I was the only one in the entire park wearing a red raincoat today? I do, actually. But, then why? Why does he seem so sure of himself? Doe's Deception Part 2! I'm no assassin, I'm a simple ice cream seller. Are you, though? A simple ice cream seller, but a knowledgeable one, I assume. On the subject of ice cream, at least. But, of course, ask me anything you wish. Ugh, I don't know the first thing about ice cream. You know what the, most important thing about making ice cream is, of course. Mr. Edgeworth? Why? The most important thing about making ice cream is to approach it with a virtuous heart. And what does virtue have to do with anything? Without proper reverence for the craft, I'm afraid all you'll ever make are sweetened crystals of ice. There! I hope that you now see. I'm nothing more than an ice cream seller. Okay, but you're not an ice cream maker. You sell the cream, not make it.
Hold it.
Why a raincoat? Why were you not using an umbrella? Like, didn't he say he preferred to use an umbrella and he wasn't wearing a raincoat? Like, why lie about that? Why lie? Where's your umbrella now, huh? Is that so strange? It was a rainy morning. Most people were wearing a jacket of some kind. Well, I'd say it's a pretty strange choice considering you couldn't get one of your arms into it. Better that than have one of my hands occupied by an umbrella. I had ice cream to serve after all. Okay, wait, so he was wearing a jacket, or am I just dumb? Was I not paying attention? Then why go to such lengths to avoid testifying to that effect in the first place? Forgive me, I simply hadn't remembered until now. It's been an eventful day after all. Eventful? Well, I hardly know what else to call it, Mr. Edgeworth. The president of Zhongfa was shot at. I was as surprised as anyone when his bodyguard sprang to action and the shots rang out. Press.
Hold it.
Press. So you saw the bodyguards move before you heard the gunshots? Yes, if I recall correctly, they moved first. At least, the one on the left did. You're rather observant, Mr. Doe. I am blessed with keen eyes. The names of the bodyguards were written in the top left corner of the security plan, and the one on the left was Rook. That's correct. Bastion Rook, I believe. How would you know that? I expect he noticed the light from the laser sight. The man is no amateur. Mr. Doe knows a little too much about the business of being a bodyguard for my liking. Exactly. I'd say our friend here is not amateur either. I'd like you to append what you said to your testimony if you mind. As you wish. The bodyguard on the left, Bastion Rook was especially quick to respond. Let's look at this again. On the left. Okay, I guess.
Objection!
Is he though? Is he on the run? As I suspected, you are more than what you claim to be, Mr. Doe. You overestimate me, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, then tell me how a simple ice cream seller knows one of the presidential bodyguard's names. What? You jest, surely. You were the one who spoke their names aloud. Rook and Knight, was it?
Objection!
We only know the names thanks to the security plan. That is true, but we don't know his name's Bastion. We do not. But look closely, only their surnames appear. Yet, we all clearly heard you say the name Bastion Rook. How did you come to the pot to possess such information we ourselves didn't have? Seems pretty darn suspicious to me. Well, how did you know? Explain yourself. It was nearly slipped of the tongue. That can't be a thing. That's not a thing. Another lie. He is the assassin, just like we said. Come now, miss. It's a little too soon to be jumping to such conclusions. I did know their names, yes, and the reason for that is, well, I know Mr. Rook. He and I are acquainted. What? We have something of a connection. They're lovers. And his is a name I could never forget. They're ex-lovers. You think we're stupid, pal? Stop lying. I'm not lying. I am, as I have always been, a simple ice cream seller. And an acquaintance of Bastion Rook, yes.
Objection!
And I suppose Mr. Rook will confirm that. It should be easy enough for him to remember his good friend, the slippery ice cream seller, correct? Please, you are more than welcome to ask him, although I think that might be difficult right now. I would imagine he's rather busy ensuring the president's safety, but I suppose you were able to speak with him, and he does deny that he and I are acquainted. How will that help you prove I was the shooter?
Objection!
If you weren't the shooter, why take off your raincoat? Because it was no longer raining. In fact, I'd grown quite warm. Far better to let my wound breathe, no? Or would you rather I had let it fester? Is he actually going to worm his way out of this? He just might. What are you waiting for, Mr. Edgeworth? What are you waiting for, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm gonna arrest that man! He's clearly guilty. If I were you, he'd be in jail already. You might be willing to arrest a man without sufficient proof, but I'm not. No! Come on, Mr. Edgeworth! There's gotta be something you can do! Shocking scenes here as the culprit seems all but certain to escape justice. It seems the court of public opinion has spoken very well. As I will clearly be viewed with suspicion no matter what I say, I might as well share what I know. What you know? What's his angle here? I saw them. Them? I saw the person with the red hood. Oh. What? Are you kidding? It's the person you captured in your photograph. I first noticed them just before the president's speech began. It was still raining then. Their outfit was the same color as my own, which is what drew my attention. As the laser beam that was aimed directly at the president's head. I mean, he did say that that was not him. He had to have been at his stand if he was selling ice cream, though, so. But why was it under the samurai dog's stand if it wasn't his? Questions. Questions. He's claiming there was another red-hooded person. Preposterous. I knew that if anyone saw me dressed similar to this individual, I could follow their suspicion myself. And so naturally, I removed my raincoat. So not only did you see the assassin, but they were wearing exactly the same thing as you. Why didn't he just say this stuff? How very convenient. I had thought you might find it rather far-fetched, hence my not mentioning it until now. I know you law enforcement people are very skeptical types. You would never have believed me, especially not if I had said that the shooter was standing right next to the certain prosecutor. Well, I know you don't mean me. I wasn't even summoned until after the shooting. No, not you, Mr. Edgeworth. Your colleague over there. Huh? Me? Yes, the photograph will prove it, I'm sure. It sure does. There's his receding hairline right there. You see right there, in front of the person with the red hood? That's me? Yes, but what exactly are you saying? What's his endgame here? As I mentioned, I have been following your investigation with some interest, Mr. Edgeworth. And while pondering the details, I noticed something strange. Strange? What exactly? Come now, a man of your talent should be more than capable of spotting a contradiction such as this. I'm afraid I don't follow. The picture shows the chief prosecutor, Mr. Payne, and the shooter. But there's nothing weird about that, is there? Think carefully, the picture was taken right in the middle of the president's speech. One of the other pieces of evidence you've gathered is inconsistent with what we see here. What is Mr. Joe talking about? Which piece of evidence is inconsistent with what's in this picture? Well, but before the shooting, there was talking, right? So let me look at the evidence. Let's see. President, honored friends and allies, I am here today to deliver a message to Lloyd. Okay, that's her talking. President, still in popular, high-pitched gentleman. The meeting is scheduled for just after the speech, correct? Yes, the president wants to thank us personally. He seems pretty pleased, but we'll put the whole Yadagasara situation behind him. Okay. The older gentleman, is that it? Is this it? Of course, the tape! It contradicts the photograph! So you have noticed at last. What's he going on about, Mr. Edgeworth? Someone's missing. Someone who should be here. Huh? But who? Who indeed? The person who is missing from the photograph is... not here. Oh, yeah, she is. Tabby, where the fuck were you? Huh? Miss Lloyd? How do you figure that? Mr. Payne's voice can clearly be heard on Miss Lloyd's tape, considering that he was conducting a private conversation with the chief prosecutor. Oh, there were two old guys standing right in front of me. They were whispering away to each other the whole darn time. Is she saying, hold on, is she the shooter? She must have been very close indeed to capture it on tape. You're right, but she's not in the picture. Precisely. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, do you still believe that you have been hounding the right person? Miss Lloyd, would you mind answering a few questions? Whoa, y'all are fixing to put me under the microscope now. Alright, sure, knock yourselves out. I ain't got nothing to hide. It's interesting. Miss Lloyd's testimony. It ain't like I was standing still the whole time. Nah, I was running all over Reverend Reporter style, and that was a big old crowd. But that doesn't explain why you weren't in the picture. Guess the picture must have taken while I was in one spot, and the tape's from when I was in another. No, because that doesn't make sense. So quit giving me the evil eye. Ain't nothing like a misunderstanding. There's no doubt about the voices on the tape. I'm trying to think this through. That was Mr. Payton, the chief prosecutor. I'm certain of it. Tabby wouldn't lie to us. I know she wouldn't. But if she did, that would mean that she's a perp. Will you quit messing with me? As if I could have done a thing like that. Oh, me? I would be inclined to believe you if your testimony didn't contain a glaring inconsistency. It does? I thought it was pretty good. Seems I have no choice but to present her with the evidence and expose the contradiction. Okay, let's see. It ain't like I was standing still the whole time. He's running all over the place. Guess the picture must have taken. Well, that can't be though, because like it just doesn't make sense. This is very suspicious. Let me look at these pictures again. Maybe that is her. Do you think the top of that like hair right there is her? Maybe we just gotta get her from a different angle. I am gonna present this.
Objection!
Miss Lloyd, it's imperative for a reporter not to lie, wouldn't you say? You dang right it is, and I don't lie. And yet, the photograph and the recording were definitely taken at the same time. What? You can't prove that. Oh, but I can. Evidence is right here in these pictures. This one in particular shows something that lines up precisely with when you were making your recording. Well, part of the pictures indicates that it must have been taken at the same time as Miss Lloyd's recordings. Hold on, can we get some more evidence?
Take that!
Oh. That was an accident. I didn't mean to press that, but we got something. See here, the president has his fist raised. And what about it? Would you be so kind as to play us the tape again? Nah, it ain't that simple. What if I were to tell you that you don't have a choice? You don't make it easy, do you, Ruffles? Remember, we are concerned with the moment the president raised his fist. No criminal organization, no matter how big, is above the law. The president thrusts his fist into the air as the excitement reaches over fever pitch. There! That's the moment right there! Correct! We've now confirmed when it occurred in the recording. Which means Tabby should be in the picture too! And she is, right there for all to see. Damn, wait, hold on. Are you for real? Is she really? Miss Lloyd is in fact the person with the red hood. What? So you're our shooter, huh? Damn, she was trying to nose in on our investigation to see what we know. I don't know a jacket like that. That's right. From everything we know, the owner of the red raincoat is. It's his. We have already proven that the raincoat belongs to Mr. Doe. You, Miss Lloyd, were wearing something else. Something that also happened to have a red hood. Oh, she mentioned her stupid reversible jacket. Check her insides. So, there are two people with red hoods all along? Indeed. Mr. Doe's last statement was true. Wait, we only found one raincoat. Where's the other one? Our ice cream seller never mentioned a raincoat. Only a red hood. So tell us about your jacket again, Miss Lloyd. Oh, it is red inside too. Huh? This whole thing? Well, the best thing about it, like I said, is if you get mud and such on it, it's reversible, see? So you just turn it inside out and... Oh, why does she have a bear trap? Just as I thought. The inside of her hood, it's red. That's right. And when the incident occurred, that's the side of the hood that was visible. What's going on here? What were you really up to, huh, pal? Wait, I never even wore it that way around. Perhaps if you would allow us to examine it, we could confirm that for ourselves. And y'all are gonna confirm that how exactly? It was raining right up until the president's speech, correct? That much has been established already. And as you yourself said, heck, I don't use either. Come rain, sleet, snow, or shine, it's my trusty parka every time. If you haven't reversed your parka since the rain, then the inside should be dry. Oh, wait a sec. I got this big old backpack, you see, so I can't take my jacket off. Yeah, maybe I can show it all some other time. You think an excuse that week is gonna wash with Mr. Edgeworth? Well, what are you waiting for? If you're innocent, take it off and show us. It wasn't me, I swear. I never shot the dang president. I could never. If that's true, Miss White, then your best option is to cooperate and tell us the truth. Is there a particular reason why you chose to wear a parka with a red hood here today? I'm sorry, Ruffles. There's something I never told you. Something I couldn't. But I'll come clean, I promise. So go easy on me now, you hear? Oh? What's happening? What? Who said that? Hold your horses, it's a little soon for the end game. Oh. It's Beastbarone. What's his name? Rook? Bastion? That goes for you too, Mr. Prosecutor. You lost this one the moment you made your opening move. It's one of the men from Kay's photograph. Yes, I'd better introduce myself. Or is he Knight? Bitch, watch where the fuck you flinging that shit. Look, I get it, your Secret Service and everything, but chill the fuck out. It's still a gun. The name's Bronco Knight. I'm the president's personal bodyguard, and second in command of his security detail. Eek! Put that thing someplace else, pal. What the heck's wrong with you? Sorry, can't help myself. It's just too much fun being this good. You're not a member of law enforcement, so how did you get a gun? This old girl's a loan from Zhang Fa. Temporarily used you to as presidential bodyguards. Anyway, never mind that. I got 2 tidbits of news for you. You want the good or the bad first? The choice is yours. I'm indifferent, whichever you prefer. Really? You're giving up the first move advantage just like that? Whatever, you're lost. Guess I'll push out the first pawn then. So, you play a little chess, I take it. This is a long demo. Ah, Phil fan, are you, Mr. Red Suit? The name's Edgeworth, and you could say I dabble. Duly noted, Mr. Edgeworth. Alright, I'll start with the good news. The president's okay. Didn't suffer so much as a scratch. He didn't? That's a relief. Particularly for the young lady here. That means there is no longer a murder charge on the table. Just an assassination attempt, which is still a very big charge. That is good news, huh, Taffy? Yeah, because I'd never. Now for the bad news. The only reason the president's alive is because we bodyguards did our job. One of us did, anyhow. Our boss. Put himself in the line of fire. You're referring to your colleague, Mr. Rook. Yeah, it's game over for him. Oh, murder's back on the table. No way. Rook is dead? A genuine loss. So, you're saying that Tabby? Yeah, your friend here killed my colleague, my brother in arms. Aw, heck no. I didn't do it. I didn't kill anybody. I could never. I'd shut your mouth if I were you, murderer. Sure, we did what we had to do, sacrifice one of our pieces to protect the king. But to lose someone like him during a castling, it's a real shame. Castling? What's that even mean? It's a chess term. Very simplistically speaking, it's a move where a rook switches places with a king. Then why didn't he just say so? Mr. Knight, was it? Yeah, what? We'll need to see the victim's body right away. And if possible, I'd like to ask the president a few questions. Sorry, no can do. And why not? That's the third piece of news, and it's the piece you're gonna like the least. I thought you said there was only 2. The National Police Force of Zhangfa will be handling things from here. What? You better be kidding, pal. This investigation was assigned to us. We're not about to hand it over. You're the Edgeworth, right? The one who solved the Yatagazaki, so many syllables, Yatagarasu case. The president mentioned you. I'm honored to have warranted his attention. It makes sense that the chief prosecutor would assign this one to you. Wait, did the chief assign me to appease the president? But that was a mistake, a big one. And he should have given the case to somebody with a spine. You're free to take it up with the President Wang, if you enjoy diplomatic incidents, that is. Ugh. You're coming with me. We'll continue this on the presidential plane. No, I never did nothing, I swear. We can do this the hard way if you like. The Zhangfa justice is served one way, but in Zhangfa justice is served one way or the other. Ruffles, come on, you gotta help me out here, please. Miss Lloyd, she was the one in the red hood. There's no denying that now. But I can't help feeling you don't know the whole truth behind this case. I'm innocent. You gotta believe me. Can I really let this happen? Is this really how it ends? But look at her eyes, the crack in her voice as she begs me to help her. This is no act by a criminal. She's genuinely scared. If I let him take her, we'll never know what really happened. Eek! What? Huh? What the? Get your filthy hands off him! Oh? Quiet now. Is that really any way to greet me? Your neck has barely begun to heal, and you've already forgotten who I am. I'm disappointed. What? It's you. Ah, so you do remember. What do you think you're doing, pal? You got some nerve pulling a stunt like this in front of a bunch of police officers. Don't even think about it. You don't stand a chance against this guy. What are you really, Mr. Doe? Let's just say that I am no simple ice cream seller. We knew it, you little sleazy ass. Cause why you look like Stitches, huh? Why you look like Stitches from Animal Crossing? Why are you a stuffed animal? The guy's a pro hitman. His name's Shelly the Killer. The Killer? There's not a legal professional in the country who doesn't know that name. An assassin capable of taking down any target, any place, any time. This isn't the first time our paths have crossed. It's been too long, Mr. Edgeworth. But of course, this is the first time we've met face to face. You're the assassin we've been looking for? In a sense, yes. A certain someone did indeed hire me to carry out a contract. That contract did indeed specify that I was to assassinate President Wang. I swear I've seen his picture in one of my old files before, but how could I have been so careless? My badge proved useful for bringing a knife into the park undetected. But you don't need a knife for ice cream, sir. But I miscalculated in certain other regards. You didn't bring a knife? Now, shall we play a little game, Mr. Knight? I know how fond you are of such diversions. Stakes might be high in order for it to be fun, of course. Shall we wager, say, your life? What do you want from me? I would like for you to allow Mr. Edward to remain in charge of the case. You what? What are you up to, Mr. Killer? I would simply like our mutual friend to see things through to their conclusion. Huh? But why? Bastion Rook was a man of great skill, one with whom I felt a certain connection. It is only right that the truth behind his death be brought to light. With Mr. Rook's departure, the case is now yours to investigate, is it not, Mr. Knight? I'm simply asking you to transfer the authority to Mr. Edgeworth. It's not something worth losing your life over, surely. You're just using the investigation as an excuse to get close to the president. Am I really? I suppose it's true that in order for the investigation to proceed, we will need to enter the presidential plane. You think I'm gonna let you near him? His chief bodyguard? Are you? And here, I thought you were only second in command. Rook's not around. That means I'm number one. I wonder if you have what it takes to step into such capable shoes. You, of course I do. I'm the leader now. Me. If that is indeed the case, then I would ask that you make a choice worthy of a leader. Will you needlessly throw away your life, or will you allow the investigation to continue? Is he really doing this to gain access to the president? Does he even need to? What is he plotting? You have no objections, I trust, Mr. Edgeworth. Come, let us continue the investigation. What do we do, sir? It would seem we have little choice but to do as we're told. That said, listen, detective, and listen well. I'll buy some time as I investigate. Meanwhile, you gather the other officers. Have them surround the plane and make absolutely certain that there is no way he can escape. Yes, sir! You got it! To be continued. And that's the demo for the second, and what I would like to say, I would like to. That's the demo. Okay, that's why. That's why there's so many. Because that's for the first one, and this is for this one. So many save files, I mean. Okay. That's it for the demo. Oh, that was nice. I enjoyed it. I'm very slow, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm so bad at games. However, it's 2:23. So I'm gonna go. I will be back actually. We're gonna play some more Pokemon because I've been wanting to play Pokemon. But I am gonna end the stream here so that way I have some time because I am a little hungry too as well, and I'm parched. So yeah, I'm gonna be back. Let me switch. What am I doing? What am I doing? How do I do things? Here we go. Switching scenes. I'm gonna end the stream. I really appreciate you guys being here. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you for the lyrics. Thank you for showing up any way you can. Thank you for chatting. I appreciate it. Like I said, I will be back at 3. I'm coming back at 3. I'm gonna play Pokemon until like 5, like 2 hours. And that's like in 30-ish minutes. Give 6 minutes. So yeah, 36 minutes. But yeah, I hope to see you guys soon. If I don't, I hope you have a nice rest of your day, week, month, year, and life. And I hope to see you in the next stream. Bye!